Alright guys, so we got about 5 minutes left. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. We got about 5 minutes left, it looks like, till the stream starts here. I know we're supposed to be seeing some Star Wars Outlaws, WoW, and Fallout 76, I do believe, this morning. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff starting this morning. Morp, what's up? Don't sue me. Oh, you're playing my stream? Oh, you're playing my stream like on YouTube? That's cool, man. I'm not gonna sue you. I was gonna say now Xbox and stuff might. Because the music, I can't monetize any of these. Just so you know. They definitely copyright strike you. I do this, you know, for the, you know, pure joy of doing it, basically. Thank you guys for getting up early with me if you're, you know, on this side. Good call. Yeah. Still gonna watch? Alright, just wanted to give you that notice there. How's your rolling going? Hokey, what is up? What's happening with you? How's your morning? Alright, Morp, see ya. Bye, Morp people. Yeah, Hokey. How's work? Or are you getting ready to go to work? Big Bizzle, what is up? How are you? Nice name. Sorry, I'm still trying to wake up. I went to bed late. And I woke up this morning at 7 something. Was like, what time is it? What time is it? I literally thought it was like 10 or 11 o'clock. I was like, I think I slept too long. I was like, maybe I turned off my alarms. Then I set another alarm and then went back to sleep. You're excited? Good morning. Got easy task at work today, which is a good thing. It works since 7. Oh, wow. Avalis, 1986, welcome. You're from Morp Stream? Hey, man. Thanks for coming over and hanging out. I appreciate you. But yeah, we're supposed to have some Star Wars Outlaws this morning. We're supposed to have Fallout 76. I'd like to be able to switch over and see the Jonathan Rush interview, but at the same time, like, I think they're doing them at the exact same time as like some of the other presentation over here on Xbox, so I feel like I'm going to end up missing out on that. Vermilion, what is up? What's happening? How are you? Metal Hendrix, David, welcome. Matthew, wake up, welcome. Good morning. Wake and bake. I was going to say, I wish I could wake and bake, dude. I get off at 3:30 when I go in at 7. Oh, that is a good trade-off. I used to work these 12-hour shifts at the hospital, like my very first job, and they needed somebody that would do 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I was like, man, it would be nice to be able to go home in the middle of the day, because I would work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and during the winter, as you know, here in Virginia, it would be dark. So you go in the pitch black, and you go home in the pitch black, and it just got to be too much. Like, it was like you never saw daylight unless I was sitting down to chart. So it was just too much for me. I don't know why, but I decided I'd switch to the 3 to 3, and it took a little while. The dog that I had at the time, which was phenomenal, she loved it, because I would come home, I'd be up for a couple hours, and then I would go straight to bed, because I only had to do it 3 days. So they would put me back to back, so that way they weren't spread out unless I asked for them. And then, like, I would go in, I would, you know, get up at like 12:30 at night, and then I would go in, and I'd be home by like 4:30 almost every single day, because you never go home at the right time when you're a nurse on the floor. Like, you never do. It never happens. Not ever. It doesn't matter what you think, it's never gonna happen. So anyway, like, I would come home and then, like, sit down, hang out with her, and then I'd go upstairs and go to bed. Like, when I switched to a different job, man, she would, like, just look at me and give me this evil look, like, are we going to bed? And then she would go up to the bedroom by herself, because she was so mad. She loved being able to take that nap. Gee, what is up? Oh wow, wouldn't have liked that. Yes, you do miss daylight in the winter. Commander, what is up? What's happening? How are you guys? I did end up really liking it. a lot, though, I have to say. I've really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, because, like, Beck, what is up? Thank you for coming over here and watching me on Twitch, man. I appreciate you. Anyway, yeah. It was not bad. Like, I just liked it because the patients were asleep when you got there. I mean, you did have to wake them up, which sucked. I mean, like, you had to wake them up, like, right in the middle of everything, which really sucked. So I'd, like, go in and, like, check on people and, like, see how they looked, you know, without turning on the lights and stuff. And then, like, I'd try to wait as long as possible before I start doing my physical assessments and stuff like that. Just that way people could sleep. But if you got up and went to the bathroom, it was time, man. Because they start waking them up anyway, like at 5 a.m. to get blood draws. At least that wasn't me doing it. Every once in a while it was.
Welcome to Gamescom live from the Xbox booth.
In just a few minutes, the team from Star Wars Outlaws will show off some gameplay from one of the most anticipated games of the year. Then we'll tell you how to get into the newest chapter of World of Warcraft, even if you've never played before.
I'm so excited for that, but later it's time to talk updates as the squad from Elder Scrolls Online stops by to unpack what fans can expect from this latest chapter and show off some game-changing features.
Plus, we've got more from Microsoft Flight Simulator, Fallout 76, and Towerborn, not to mention a new sim that literally lets you date everything. Intrigued?
Oh my God.
Stay tuned to find out more about these and
many
other titles.
But first, it's time to throw it to the latest from Star Wars Outlaws.
I know somebody said they want to watch this.
The underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
Atlas, you're not kidding, dude.
This is your one shot.
It's David. Oh, David, thank you so
Safe
much.
Filled with 157 million credits. And I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out?
Oh, don't do that to the
This
Gamorrean
job?
guard.
It's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
What type of outfit is that?
You want to live? Get in with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
I'm in.
So in, because that rowdy trailer belongs to
Shaken,
Star
what's up?
Wars Outlaws. And joining me now to talk through this very epic space adventure, please welcome creative director Julian Garrity. How you doing?
Hello, excited.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, that's a hell of a trailer to cut. I mean,
You know what? That's the first time I've seen it.
No.
And it's
What do you think?
it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The music gets me every time. I love the characters.
Yeah.
The locations look great. So, from
Mel
a
Hendricks,
point of
what
view
up?
of somebody who's just discovering it, I'm very happy.
Good. I mean, can you set the scene for us a little bit? Because although that did give us a little look at what we're going to be getting up to,
Yeah.
what is Star Wars Outlaws exactly?
What is Star Wars Outlaws?
J Strength.
So, it's the first ever open world Star Wars RPG game that features scoundrels, outlaws. My favorite archetype of Star Wars. So it's really
want Han
giving
Solo?
you the keys to be part of the underworld, part of the galaxy of Star Wars on your terms.
I love the sound of it, because you're right. This is a brand new experience for a lot of players. We've had tales about Force Reorders before, but the Scoundrel is so important to Star Wars in general, and now to finally play as one is incredible. And we've seen a bit of Toshara, we've seen a bit of Tatooine. You've picked some great locations for the game, but now we're going to get a little look at the planet Akiva, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this is the first time we really dive into Akiva. And Akiva was only ever featured in a series of books called Aftermath. So we're the first to take those words and to transform them into something lush, beautiful, complex.
Yeah.
And complex not just in scenery, but also in the politics, the dynamics that are happening. You'll be able to see while Kay runs around the streets of Mira, the main city.
It's very beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's also corrupt. And you'll see that there's stormtroopers, there's an Empire presence, and the Pikes and the Hutts are also fighting it out. So
nice.
Empires and Syndicate presence within the city, within the planet as a whole.
Well, we'll get onto the Syndicates in just a sec, but as I've heard from you before, speaking about the game, one thing your team's really proud of in particular with Star Wars Outlaws is those hubs of where Kay can get her intel, and that all starts with cantinas. Now, the cantinas that we have on
XLO,
Akiva,
welcome.
very different to the ones we have on Tatooine. Tell me a bit about how you go in designing these to make sure they feel like Star Wars cantinas, but also reflective of the planet or moon that they're on.
Absolutely. So the cantina is this flashpoint of everything that makes Star Wars special. And the approach, the design philosophy that we worked with Lucasfilm Games really allowed us to understand the simplicity, relatability, and yet difference that all of these locations can take. So, for example, in the real world, you have jazz bars, you have Korean barbecues, you have all of these different types of location. So each one of these had to have a different type of vibe. Here in Akiva, it's a tropical tiki bar. So that's the vibe that we were going for there.
Sounds great, and it's obviously a great place to meet up with these crime syndicates and get some jobs. How do they make an impact on the game?
So, of course, this is a game about the underworld of Star Wars. And there are 4 main syndicates. There's maybe more, but there are 4 main syndicates that you'll be dealing with. The Pikes, the Hutts, the Ashiga clan that we created with Lucasfilm Games, and the Crimson Dawn. And you, as an outlaw, are going to be able to work on your reputation with each one of those. Doing jobs for some, betraying others, and building your profile accordingly. So very, very involved in your personal story throughout this adventure.
That's incredible. So they will form a general structure that Kay can live out this story in, but how much agency do players have to maybe go off the beaten path, maybe take Kay down some slightly darker routes, or playing the good guy a bit?
100% up to you. So for example, here, this is the first time we ever show this quest. And it's a quest where you've landed in Akiva, your main focus is to go pick up a droid smith. A droid smith that you need to pull off this heist that we've been talking about. 157 million credits, that's a lot of credits.
Not bad, yeah.
And to do that, you're going to have to upgrade your equipment, which we're doing there. We're making sure that your loadout is the right one. You jump on your speeder, and you'll be able to be distracted by curiosity on the way. So you're speeding off, you're on the way. It's quite a journey. And on that journey, you're going to be able to do jumps, tricks.
Nice.
The bike is based on a motocross, so it feels visceral as well.
Right.
And you'll be able to come across different things. Like here we have an Imperial shuttle landing.
Somebody just was like,
Do you
hey,
go
wait, get
and
some
mingle
footage.
with those people? Do you mess around with the Empire at this point? Or do you save it for a little bit later on? Because guess what? That droidsmith, he's going to be located in an Imperial compound.
Oh, just our luck. Just our luck. Well, how well equipped can the player be to tackle? That's not a compound, that's a fortress. I mean, what does Kay bring to the table to be able to deal with these kind of scenarios?
Well, she's got to have the equipment to be able to do that. And that starts off with things like your binoculars to be able to scope the different opportunities. There's not just one way in, there are several ways in. The surest way to meet a very certain end is to go in guns blazing, because this is the Empire we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's a massive force in front of you. We're going to go stealth.
Okay.
And binoculars, one thing, blaster, another, Nyx, incredibly important. Let's just have a taste of how Kay uses Nyx.
Okay.
She's going to be sending me across and attacking, clawing the hell out of that stormtrooper.
I feel bad for the guy.
You shouldn't He's there.
You see,
He's built for
the
this.
strong
Okay.
You
backhand
take
there.
out the second stormtrooper, and now you have to hack through that laser barrier to be able to get
See,
into
you need a
the
droid.
gooey good stuff in the middle
Yeah.
of that fortress.
So there's quite a few different ways of engaging in a mission like this.
Absolutely.
What would happen if we did go in all blasters blazing? Would it be a big problem for us on this particular mission?
This is an Empire compound, so that's going to be a real problem.
Okay. I'll take your advice on
One of the conditions is that you don't set off the alarm, because if the alarm sets off, you're going to shut down that compound.
Fair enough.
You may revisit the compound later on to be able to steal more stuff and to really find all of the treasures. And there, you can do it the way you want. But ATSTs guarding the door, you've got a blaster in next. Do you really want to put yourself in that sort of situation?
I could take my chances, honestly. Earlier on, though, we did see with Kay's using her blaster now, but before that, she was working on it a bit on her workbench.
Yes.
Inside the Trailblazer.
That-
What is that all about? Is that like
That's-
upgrading? Or?
Yeah, that's absolutely upgrading your weapon.
Okay.
Because we want this to be about a resourceful underdog. And a resourceful underdog, they have one main tool that you can upgrade. You can have a charge blast, which is like a rocket launcher.
What?
And, plasma, which is the regular blaster,
Right.
with speed mode to it, so it feels like an automatic weapon. And you have one function, which is the shock function, which we'll see a little bit later on.
Nice. I love the way that she even moves around. Like you mentioned before, Scoundrel archetype's one of your favorites, but the movements of Kay, the mannerisms, the swagger really communicates that so well.
It's something that we worked on Division 2.
Right.
And those are trained military agents,
Yeah.
civilian agents, but with military training. Here we wanted a resourceful underdog. So you have to have that different movement. But all of those mannerisms and that sort of swagger that you see
Yeah.
there, that's Umberly who brought that to the character, and she'll be able to tell you all about it.
Okay, great. I'll make sure to. One thing that I want to point out as well, we did just talk about the blaster a little bit. We're getting to see some of the action over there. Nice shot, by the way. The sound of it, too. I mean, in Star Wars, there are so many sounds that are iconic. Players, when we listen to them, it makes the hair on our
If you
arms stand
close
up.
your eyes and think TIE Fighter,
Yeah, TIE Fighter, I'm thinking like the seismic charge.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. But Kay's blaster also has a really satisfying punch to it. So tell me about the process for making sure that you're designing a weapon sound-wise, the feel of it, the look of it, making sure it's authentically Star Wars, but also brand new, something that you've created.
we have to get inspiration from the past, get inspiration from the original trilogy, because this adventure happens in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So we had access to all of those things. And then the pleasure is looking at that, working with
you
that,
guys in just a
and
second.
coming up with something that sounds new and that become its own sound. And that extends from the sound design to, the music of the piece, which I think is remarkable. You
Yeah,
heard it
gorgeous.
in the trailer. It's fantastic.
Anytime I hear the horns, honestly, I'm goosebumps. It's crazy. So we finally find our droid smith here then, I guess.
Yeah, who's not particularly happy to see you. So I'm not going to spoil the story, but the droidsmith, Gadik, has a past with you.
Okay.
And he's ended up working with the Empire, so he's made some really bad
Oh
decisions.
dear,
as well.
yeah. It's not great. I mean, he's already got a protocol droid firing a gun at us. I never thought I'd see that. But
I got a problem with a gatekeeper droid.
now that's caught his interest.
That's caught his
Yeah,
interest.
interesting.
There's a real challenge. There's
Yeah.
a real opportunity. It's not motivated by the credits, but tinkering around with some new tech.
I like
That's
it.
what catches his eye.
I could get on with this guy. But the problem is, once we extract Gadik, we have to get out as well, right?
And that's where the blaster comes into its full
All right.
use.
Nice.
So this is going to be
I
part
thought
of
he was
one of those
controlling him
main
shooting.
quests. It's a linear quest, and there's a whole path where you explode into the combats, and you
Yes.
use all of the tools at your disposal.
Right.
Before we edited a little segment, which was a puzzle room.
Right,
we didn't
yeah.
want to spoil the puzzle. We didn't want to spoil the traversal. We wanted to focus on the real action of this
Yeah,
piece.
great. And now we're getting some serious combat because there was no chance to sneak there. Everybody's just
That's
whipped
it.
over and saw us immediately.
Let's just escape.
But this is where Kay sort of comes into her own, because scoundrels, they love to improvise. They're good under pressure, and so I guess you're encouraging players to make sure they look around them, identify bits that are useful, send
Absolutely.
nicks out, play around with it a bit.
All of those tools, you've got an adrenaline shot. If
so
you recognize that, it allows you to slow time, pick your targets, and it's an automatic kill.
Nice.
Oh, so it's got
That's
bats.
a bit more of a problem, though.
This guy's got a shield, and one of your modules will be able to disable that shield, opening them up for the deadly shot.
Pick up a different weapon. Let us see
Absolutely
some different
stunning.
weapons shot, dude.
And that's it. You grapple hook out and
we're
escape.
clear.
Oh, come on.
You make it seem so easy.
They had all those
I'm
guns.
going to try it, and it's not going to be that
I
easy.
wish I was playing this. There's a whole team, and they've done an amazing job at capturing this.
Yeah, I mean, right at the end there, we also got a little sizzle, a little taster of the rest of what's to come in the game.
All right, let me get up
One
with
thing
you
in
guys
particular I
real quick.
spotted there was some sabak happening as well.
Sabak?
Sabak.
You got to tell me about that because I love it.
Okay, before they get into Sabak here. Thank you, Kevin, for gifting 5 channel memberships. Let's welcome Fraudulent Memes, Chew223, Martin T, Devin Blair, and Summer Delight to the Deathclaws. So welcome to the Deathclaws, guys. Hokie says that they love the little critter following them around. I was going to say the critter is cute. Carl, welcome, Carl. Hokie, thank you. Commander, thank you. Kevin, good morning to you as well. B. Mars, thank you. Vermilion, thank you. J. Strength, welcome. And thank you, Helldivers. Looks decent. It looks better than people are talking about, but I'm sure that there's more to the story. Hopefully, anyway. Let's see here. My favorite Star Wars is probably Return of the Jedi. Probably because of the childhood memories of seeing it when it came out. Nice. Let the hate flow through you. Empire is the best. Let's see here. Episode 1 in The Mandalorian. I was going to say, I'm hoping that it eventually comes to Game Pass. Binkle, thank you so much. Everybody that's over there on Twitch, including David and Hokie, thank you guys so much. And Becca. Becca saying hello to Carl over here on Twitch. Let me block some of these people if it will let me. It wouldn't let me yesterday. I think they were getting kicked before I could ban them. Z-Boy, welcome. How are you? You have a delay on Twitch? Rogue One is your favorite? Rogue One's a good one. Angelica, what is up? How are you doing? Welcome.
Sabak
We're
is
doing
a big
some Star
part
Wars
of
right
the
now.
scoundrel lifestyle.
Yeah.
So we
Watching
wanted
some
to
Sabak.
create our own rules,
Thank you guys for
which
all the
gave
likes.
us this depth.
Carl
Of
says,
play
"Let the-
and being
may
able
the
to
force be
collect
with you."
special cards that change the rules of the game while you go along. So there'll be tournaments, there'll be high stakes games, there'll be
Nice.
a lot of credits to win as well.
Great. Well, I'll have to get practicing on that, definitely. But so I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This has been incredibly insightful. Cannot wait to play the game, and it's not too long until launch. So
No,
buckle
next
up.
week. Next
Buckle
week.
up. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Julian. Next up, though, to celebrate the launch of Star Wars Outlaws, we decided to test some lucky fans on their Star Wars knowledge. Let's see how they got on.
Welcome to the home of Star Wars Outlaws here at the beautiful Xbox booth. And it's time for a massive giveaway. So we've rounded up some fans for a chance to win some very fabulous prizes. How will they earn this sweet loot, I hear you ask? Well, Star Wars trivia, of course. So here's how it's going to work. Each fan will be given a Star Wars Outlaws trivia question, and if they answer correctly, they will win a beautiful Nyx plushie. Isn't it adorable?
Oh, that's cute.
Wow. Then they will be given a more difficult Star Wars Outlaws question, and if they answer that one correctly, they will win one of these
Okay, so
custom
hear me out.
Xbox
Hear me out.
Design Lab Elite Series 2 controllers,
Oh, an
and be
Elite.
entered to win one of our grand prize Star Wars Outlaws
Oh, see, now that's
Xbox
what I
Series
want.
X and S consoles.
I just want that
Are you
controller stand.
ready?
Like, did you see
Let's
that?
go.
Oh, they don't even the controller
I'm
stand.
here
Oh, that's
with
just for the
lovely
X, I guess.
Citron. And where are you from, Citron? I'm from Cologne. Amazing. Are you ready to win some prizes? Yes. Okay, let's go. First question. What is the name of the main character of Star Wars Outlaws?
It's Kay.
Yes! What's her last name?
Vess.
Yes, let's go! That's the next plushie for you. Well done. That's yours. Something to come.
I was going to say, that's not really a Star Wars question. That game
isn't
isn't even out yet.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So hear me out. They should have done.
What is the name of Kay Vess's starship?
Oh God.
You can do this, Citron.
I don't know.
Take a guess.
How would you even know that the game's not out yet? I know the holder's pretty cool.
So close, but it's not correct.
Okay, so hear me out.
Got your next
What they should have done they should have done a Han Solo video game. Okay, so you play as Han Solo. That's an awesome
shirt.
shirt.
Lovely to speak to you. And where are you from today?
Good news,
I'm
everyone.
from Switzerland.
Stunning. Are you ready
Anyway,
to win some Star Wars
and they should have
prizes?
Troy Baker play Han Solo because he sounds
question
just like him
number
in Indiana
one. What is the
Jones.
name
So that's
of
what they should do
K-Vess's
as a
main
side project
companion?
there.
The little guy called Nix.
Yes, it is. And here he is now. Congrats. Way. Good. Okay, are you ready to step up a level now?
Yes.
Okay. And how can Nix help Kay in battle in the game?
So he can attack people and pull levers and stuff.
That sounds good to me. I think that's correct. Let's go. GG's. Well done.
I'm sorry.
This
I
Star
feel
Wars
like that this is a bias thing because this isn't
I
actual
am
Star
here
Wars
with-
trivia.
Marcel,
Marcel, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Are you ready to win some Star Wars prizes?
They'd have to be in that
think so.
booth all day.
First question. What's the launch date of Star Wars Outlaws?
It's the 30th of August.
Yes, it is! GG's! Woo! And next for you. Let's go. Not long at all as well. Are you ready for your next one?
Oh yes.
Okay. Between which two classic Star Wars movies do the
Yeah, it
events
don't
of
matter.
Star Wars Outlaws take
I mean,
place?
like, he's already established
the Empire
character, though.
Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi.
Let's go! Well done, Marcel. You win the
I was going to say, they could also have
controller. A true Star
Princess
Wars fan.
Leia.
GG's. Well done.
Yeah, thank
know.
you. But
I'm now here with
Ilya.
Ilga. How are you today?
Thank you very much, fine.
Awesome. Let's win some Star Wars prizes together. You ready?
Yes, I am.
First question. What is the preferred weapon of Kay Vess?
It's a blaster.
Yes, it's a heavy blaster. Let's go. And next plushie for you. Well done. Are you ready
All
to
right,
step
let's
up a
see here.
level?
Yes, of course.
Holy crap, it's
Next
George
question,
Lucas.
a bit harder.
Yeah, right.
Where did Kay grow up?
On Tatooine, but I have forgot the exact place.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was Cantonica and Canto Bite, but so close. Well done. Enjoy the next plushie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go. Woo. Yay. Woo. Okay, I'm now here with
Thomas.
Thomas. Lovely to chat to you. Are you ready to win some Star Wars prizes?
I hopefully do, yeah.
I believe in you. Okay, first question.
Yeah.
Who is the publisher of Star Wars Outlaws, the game?
It's Ubisoft.
Yes, it is! And next plushie for you.
So that was probably
Woo!
the easiest
Let's
one.
go. Okay, next question, a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying.
What type of droid is ND5? Kay's pal ND5. What kind of droid?
It must be a PX Commander.
Yes, it is! BS Commando droid! Yes!
Thank you.
GG's! Well, that's it for us here at Trivia at Gamescom. But if you think you can do a little bit better,
Very long
you
commercial,
too can
extremely
enter
long
for a
commercial,
chance
and
to
then
win
tease
a
people with an
custom Star
Xbox
Wars
that nobody
Outlaws
got.
Xbox Series X with a controller stand or an Xbox Series S. All you need to do is head over to twitch.tv/Xbox and follow the prompts in chat to enter this question. What species is Nyx? Good luck. Remember to answer in chat.
I don't
and now it's
know.
over to Henry with one of the beautiful voices from Star Wars Outlaws.
Hey, they did pretty good. But joining me now is Kay Vess herself, Amelie Gonzalez. How you doing?
You want to win? I want to win,
They
though.
did pretty
I just
good
want
on the
that
quiz.
controller
I was
holder.
answering along with them.
Yeah, you got them all right, obviously.
Obviously. Nyx did too. We're
He's
yeah.
got his drink. He's happy.
He's so
Yeah,
good.
it's perfect. Great. Now, I'm the sort of person that
I
loves
have
to
no
know,
idea what she
A
is.
Star Wars fan, in particular. So before we get into
You
talking
think
how
she's
you're
a
actually
prawn?
in the game, break down for me what was your first what was your Star Wars awakening? How did that come about?
Well, I grew up in Venezuela, so it was all in Spanish, and it was Guerra de las Galaxias. So, that's something I love about Star Wars, is that it doesn't matter the color of your skin, what language you speak, where in the world you are, you all have a Star Wars story, and mine just happened to be on the other side of, South America. So it's exciting, when I got to share about it with my family and friends. I got to relate to it in my language, in my culture.
What was their reaction when they first found out that, by the way, I'm actually going to be in it now?
Unreal. I mean, there was a lot of questions. I think my family also, especially my parents, they started watching all of the movies, especially when I shared that it was in the original trilogy between Empire and, Return of the Jedi. So I did too. I think I blasted the Star Wars theme song, and I watched the movies, and anytime I see anything Star Wars, I just have this Star Wars.
That's part of it.
I'm like,
that's in terms of Kay and playing the role of a scoundrel, where did you have to go for that? What did you have to reach into to sort of conjure up this character?
I mean, obviously, we've seen scoundrels in this timeline, like the likes of Han Solo and Lando Calrissian. But they're so
Lando's
confident.
on a whole
they
nother
have
level.
the expertise. They know what they're
Lando,
doing.
oh my
because
gosh.
They're out there in the galaxy. Unlike Kay, she's a rookie. She's not an expert scoundrel, but she's a survivalist, and her and Nyx, survive off of odd jobs and Canto Bay, and they're dreaming of more. I love the attitude, the charm, the witty banter, the swagger that they have. And, those characters were obviously inspiration, but I got to try to bring my own heart to it. Kay Vess has flaws. She's imperfect. She has a vulnerability that I feel I brought to the role even from the first tape that I sent in back in 2022, So that's something, it's a collaboration from the whole team.
When Americans see a horse in a field.
Because when you're playing through it and you
Do we say
even
horse?
hear
No,
the
I
banter
don't.
between Kay and ND5, and you're like,
I mean,
God,
I do
really
live
am
in
a
the
Kay
country,
Vess.
so
This
I
is
see
so
them all the
relatable.
time.
It's awesome. Yeah. What's
No,
it
you
like
saw a
working
horse
with
and a
wider
buggy, you
team
might
then
say
on
horse and
building
buggy.
a new cast of characters to put into a franchise like Star Wars? Did you have to work together too much, or?
Absolutely. I mean,
never
when
ending.
you walk into a franchise that's already established, I guess you understand so much of it, the tone, just
be all
kind of
the time.
general vibe of what we're making. But because it's motion capture, you require so much aid in visualizing what the world is going to look like. I don't have the luxury of relying on sets
You do
and
it for baby
costumes
cows?
and hair and makeup.
For
I mean, we're in a
calves?
mocap studio in these cat suits, wetsuits with these markers. We're in a volume surrounded by hundreds of infrared cameras that are capturing our every movement. It's a lot more intentional. You have to have this awareness of your body and your instrument, and you rely
You
so
still do it
much
to your-
on the
to your
director,
wife.
the writer, the storyboards. Sometimes they say, okay, we're about to do this kind of scene, so they
Curiosity?
pull up, inspiration
Yes.
from the TV shows, from movies
Right.
that have previously been done to capture just the air of what we're trying to make, because we have to create it in our mind's eye.
So that must be a completely different way of bringing characters to life compared to film or television, which you have done before. And you have worked in games before, but this is clearly the most involved project that you've ever been on, right?
From top to bottom. I mean, I'm there every day in almost every scene. I've recorded over 11,400 lines for the game. So I hope you enjoy my voice. You're going to hear a lot of it.
I would imagine
it's
you'd be hearing
expensive,
you're the
and it
protagonist.
takes years to create it. They've been working on it for a couple years before I jumped on back in 2022. So it's a long process. It's an incredible journey. I truly have grown alongside Kay Vess. So even though I've done video games before, leading a game requires a lot more responsibility. But I was ready for it.
Manuel, what is up? How are you?
Honestly, it just looks absolutely incredible. Surely they had a real life Nyx at least to
Burn.
help with that.
Obviously, we had him on set.
Yeah, of course. The inspiration's there. Well, unbelievable. Thanks so much for joining me. I
All right,
cannot
let's
wait
see
to
what the
play the
next
game.
thing
It's
is.
not too long till
Let's
it
hope
launches
it's Fallout.
either, so
I know.
you're going to get to see how other people react. It's hitting people on August 30th. I'm going to get my Sabak face ready for it so that I'm good to go.
Sabak
Keep your
face.
cards close.
Very close.
You can use Nyx to cheat, but don't tell anyone.
He's great.
Oh, that's
Well, I'll let
awesome.
you enjoy the rest of your Gamescom. Thanks.
You can use Nyx
But
to
coming up,
cheat.
we celebrate 20 years of World of Warcraft with the new More within
get WoW
expansion.
next.
We're going to find out what fans can expect from the latest Elder Scrolls Online update. And next up, we're catching up with the team from 2 Point Studios on their latest title,
What is on his
2
arm?
Points Museum. But first, the die has been cast, and that is only the beginning. Check out the new expansion coming to Lost in Random.
Oh, Lost in Random.
The Queen enters the board.
The Queen enters the This like always looks so cool. I just can't stand that.
Random?
Whatever it is.
We're not dead.
I don't like that
Fortune.
viewpoint.
A dice wielder. Oh, luck has finally turned.
Reminds me of like Coraline.
Let's make this one count.
Come here, girl, and accept your punishment.
What
Greetings
missed
from
just
the
Star Wars
amazing
Outlaws.
CSUN Games, developers of the upcoming
Mecha
cross-platform
Break.
online multiplayer game Mecha Break, launching in 2025. Let's showcase some gameplay through Mecha Break's core mode, 6 versus 6 squad missions.
Straight up Gundams. Yeah, this is Xbox. Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate it.
Where the goal is to earn
Look,
points
it's
by
a
capturing and
uh,
uploading launch keys.
roller coaster.
Striker rear features is Falcon, a lightweight mech.
Oh,
that
this is like
excels in aerial
multiplayer.
combat. Players can maneuver during their dive into the fight, controlling their landing spot at
So
the
it's
match's
it's
start.
Warzone.
Open strategic options that can turn the tide of
Max.
battle. For example, Falcon excels in aerial strikes and reconnaissance. Pilots must be agile, coordinating hit-and-run tactics with teammates while staying under the radar. We've refined combat to ensure it feels satisfying both in the air and on the ground, with each mech having unique attributes distinct from other shooters. Each striker has unique speeds, inertia handling, and specialized combat capabilities for seamless transitions between aerial and ground attacks.
Oh, I guess that's a healer or something.
When implementing that, our main challenge was balancing air and ground mechs, given the varying visibility, traversal paths, and cover types across our maps. We addressed this by carefully assessing each mech's strengths and weaknesses in multiple scenarios. On the Mercury Shipyards map, the goal is to move a payload to the finish line. Seizing checkpoints along the way speeds up the payload. Brace yourself to face threats from both the air and ground with your squad. Showcasing another striker, Tricera, wielding dueling Gatling guns. Tricera is a ground-based
Thunder from
striker
Yin and
that
Yang? I have no
often
idea what that's supposed to mean, dude.
boosting
Let's see here.
efficiency when pushing the payload.
Dakin, welcome. The HUD, yeah,
Tricera's
it's slightly polluted a little
features
bit.
an anti-missile system that
It's a lot
uniquely
going
protects
on.
the payload, or
I can see a
control
lot of
points.
people really
Another
liking that,
powerful
though.
ground striker is Stego. When transformed, Stego specializes in long-range fire support as an ultra-heavy striker armed with the big
I was
guns.
gonna say, I feel like everything should be moved
On
to
the
the
Prague
sides.
sinkhole map, the goal is to collect mining data by capturing data nodes,
Because
making
they got it, like,
teamwork and strategy
Brought
essential.
in too far.
Panther is a brawler equipped with a powerful lance and shield booster kit. Panther's devastating charged attacks and defense capabilities make it a
You see what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff is like right there in the middle of the screen. Like, even the players need to be moved over like half an inch or something. Kevin, thank you for another channel membership, dude. John, welcome to the Deathclaws, man. Can we get some horns up for John? For Kevin. Kevin! Good God. See, that's just too much for me.
Sky Raider is a powerful and swift air attacker that can transform into a bomber to rain fire on enemy forces. The elegant yet lethal Narukami rules the battlefield with pinpoint sniping and advanced optical camouflage, making it almost impossible.
How are you supposed to see anything as a sniper? What a mercy.
We invite you to join us on this exciting journey with Mecha Break. Stay tuned for its commercial release in 2025.
Interesting.
Welcome, esteemed guests, to 2 Point Museum's Coastal Deep Dive. The Marine Life Museum in 2 Point County is, just as you'd expect, situated along the coast and boasts a treasure trove of Wetlandian exhibits. Or at least it will do once you've hired some experts and set them on perilous expeditions to unearth rare, but sometimes soggy
secretly slays in mech games. You figured me out.
Discovering and maintaining the happiness of aquatic life is also a big
Sinja, what is up?
attraction of Marine
Welcome.
Life
How are
Museum.
you?
And fish have a surprising number of requirements to meet if they're to stay happy and, swimming.
Oh.
Guests will be wowed by the remnants of Wetlantis, and the more impressed they are, the more they will donate. The more donations means more funds to keep your facilities clean, everything nicely decorated, and vending machines well stocked. Once you uncover the Marine Life Museum, you can then hire Wetlandian experts in all your other museum locations.
All your other museums.
From there, you can grow your aquatic collection throughout your 2 Point Museum empire. Thank you for attending this coastal deep dive.
2 Point Museum. Butler, 5 days to go.
If you've ever dreamed of running your own museum or just really enjoy the 2 Point series of games,
then
listen up. Because our next guests have the game for you. And me, here to tell us all
Carl,
about
thanks
2
for
Point
being over here on
Museum,
Twitch.
Please welcome 2 Point Studios design director Ben Huskins and executive producer Joe Kula. Welcome to Gamescom, to Cologne.
It's great to be here.
Great to be here.
How is Germany treating you?
Oh, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's
The weather
such a
is
great.
good?
The atmosphere is incredible.
Yeah.
It is.
A little bit too warm, but that's okay.
A little bit too
That's
warm.
okay. And the halls are cooled, so everything okay. And today's the first consumer day, so we're really excited to have you here. So,
so yesterday
2 Point
people
has
weren't
taken
there?
on education with campus, on medicine with hospitals.
Jintuko, what's
So
up?
now, Ben, how did you come up with the idea, the theme of museum, and why should fans be excited about this game?
Yeah, well, the thing that's great about museums is that they have these amazing collections of completely unique exhibits. And as soon as we started talking about museum as an idea, we got really excited about
Josh,
what if we
welcome.
let
How are
players
you?
build up their
Circle,
own unique
welcome.
collections of exhibits. And that got us thinking about, well, like, how do the players get these exhibits? They can they can send their experts off on expeditions around the county. They can basically explore and discover. We really love this idea of getting across this sense of exploration and discovery and anticipation about what might come back when your team comes back from an expedition. And this just got us really excited about, getting these exhibits, and then of course once you've got them, putting them on display in your museums, and actually that whole side of it as a museum manager, you deciding how you lay things out, and you deciding where do you put your most impressive exhibits, where do you want to channel your guests through the museum, and how do you give them the best possible experience?
I've got some ideas, but I've also saw in the trailer that you welcome families. I saw a lot of little children climbing on very precious exhibitions. So what do we need to look
Watch
out
me
for
appear
when
on
we're
Twitch.
welcoming those visitors?
So we were really excited to introduce
Carl
children
just
to
gifted
2 Point
fall
County.
damage. Thank you
And
so
I
much,
think,
Carl.
It just felt like such a natural fitting, a natural
It
place
did
for them
work.
to be.
Thank you so much,
and
man.
With children, we've been shooting family
When we get
groups,
to
we've
20
introduced
over here,
school
I got a
trips,
dancing
and all sorts of. They're
Deathclaw,
kind
so
of like
excited
little
for.
agents of chaos, and they make a right mess of the museum.
my wife
don't
to
they?
Berlin for a
But
wedding
we've also
anniversary.
introduced a
Sounds
lot
awesome.
of other character types, like the professor. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he likes knowledge, doesn't he?
Yeah. So when professors come in, you need to focus a bit more on education because they're going to donate money based on how much they
Oh, I see
learn
what
about
you're
all of
saying.
your exhibits. And then if you've got frozen items, you'll
Get the Yetis. I
Yeah.
love them. I love the frozen exhibits particularly. So you always have to maintain your exhibits. So with frozen items, you need to have your freezer cooler, and then you'll get Yetis come to visit.
So
Yetis will
if I
come
have all
visit.
these visitors, how do I keep them happy throughout the game?
So I
Clownfish?
particularly like
Oh, I got
love
it.
decorating.
Oh my God, this game is
So for me, I keep
freaking
my
stupid.
visitors happy
It
by
looks
making
hilarious.
a beautiful museum. So I look
Good
at the
morning.
customized options,
Good morning.
customization options, the lighting, decorative items, and try and make a really incredible space for them to enjoy.
Some epic
Joe's
merch.
museums
I was on
are
Xbox
usually
in
a
chat,
work of
then
art.
a red mark came
whereas
next to my name.
My museums,
I don't know.
I guess my philosophy
why.
is more, fill their minds with wonder, empty their wallets. That's
nice.
more my
Yeah,
approach.
that's
so
straight on.
I don't know.
my museums tend to end up being a bit of a hellish labyrinth where visitors have to go through about 5 different gift shops before they can escape the museum.
Never seen that one.
Don't get me wrong, they still
I
have a
didn't do
good
anything
time.
to you.
They just leave with no money.
So in
Hype
another
train,
world, you
holy
would be
crap.
managing a theme park also.
Well, exactly.
Subscribe with
exactly.
Prime.
I get it. So is each museum
Thank
restricted
you so much,
to one
Hokie.
exhibit type?
So you can actually put any any exhibit in any museum.
Thank you guys so much.
We designed the game like this because we wanted the players to really have freedom to build and design the museum however they wanted to.
And I saw definitely
that?
something new, which are unique fish in the game. So can you tell me more about the creation of these artsy
So
creatures
silly.
and how we can enjoy the fruits of that labor?
So we had lots of fun coming
might
up
just
with
be
the
on
ideas for
YouTube's
the
end,
fish.
Kevin.
I think
I'm trying
with
to
the
rack
exhibits
my
in our
brain.
game,
I can't think
sometimes
of
we
it.
kind of pull on pop culture references. Sometimes it's an idea for an animation.
See if
a
it happens
joke or
when
a
I do
pun.
this.
But with the fish, we kind of leaned quite heavily on real life reference.
Or this.
But then tried to inject 2-point humor and charm into it. So, like for example, we've got the pufferfish. He's my personal favourite. He's very cute. He's got goofy eyes, puffy cheeks, and you can actually get him as a
You get a hashtag for Carl, guys. I know you guys did it over there. Thank you guys so much.
He's small.
Got a
He's
hype
got a
train
red
going.
nose, so that's quite like on the nose.
I don't understand Twitch either.
We've also got like the bull shark, who's kind of scary looking. He's a shark with a bull ring, and you actually have to keep him separate. Well, I do, because he does eat the little fish.
Okay, so talking
Big
about
Papa.
fish, let's talk about fish.
Oh my God,
romance.
just shattered a
I
record
always
on
wanted
Twitch.
to say
This
that
is
on
awesome.
an Xbox
I have no idea
broadcast.
what's happening, but I'm
no,
enjoying
but seriously,
it.
how do we keep the fish population healthy?
Sinja, thank you so much for your hashtag
the
for
whole
Sinja.
aquarium management feature as a whole, there's quite a lot of depth to it really, because there's all these different types of fish and they all behave in different ways and they all have different characteristics. And you're having to think about, like, do I have enough filters in the aquarium to keep them going? Do I have the right types of food for the different fish that I've got in there? Is the aquarium the right temperature for them? Because all the fish have different needs, different
Angelica,
requirements.
thank you so much. I appreciate
So there's
you.
quite a lot of depth to it. Like the aquarium management as a whole, it's almost a game in itself. And
The
so yeah, you're having
management-
to think
the
about how do
management part
I
is
keep
the
them
game.
healthy, because you can even name your individual fish and get quite attached. Oh, it's Clive the fish. That's my favourite
Don't
fish.
get me attached, please not.
Yeah, and then while you're nurturing them, if you give them a nice little secluded area to hang out with, then maybe fish romance will blossom, and maybe you'll get nice little baby fish.
Okay.
Exactly.
So just one follow-up question. The name of my fish is called Bartholomew. If I want to know what he needs as food, what he really likes, where do I find it? Like, is there a fish tab or?
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay.
There's lots of info. Yeah.
Lots of information.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then how do you actually level up the whole museum?
Right, yeah, so as you begin to expand your museum, you're going to want to go on more expeditions to find a wider variety of exhibits to have in your museum. And of course, as you get more to add to your collection, you're having to think about where should I put them relative to the
That's
things that I've
weird,
already
Kevin.
got? How's it affecting my
I didn't
layout?
see
Maybe
your
I need to
message from New
reorganize my
Vegas
whole
too.
museum layout. And as you get more things, the visitors will want to stay for longer in your museums. You're going to need to put down, cafes and other facilities to keep them happy. Otherwise, the kids will get bored and then they'll leave, and the parents will be really angry. And so yeah, you need to build up your collection of exhibits. And just keep those guests staying as long as possible. And the thing we were really keen to do with museum is what we found is people get quite attached to their museums over time, because as you build up that collection, and you're having to look after them, right? Because you don't want your fish to die.
Bartholomew. Yeah.
You don't want your frozen caveman in ice to melt, because that'll ruin it. Then you get quite attached to your museum, and all of the hours you've spent noodling around laying things out.
Hey, Monkey, what is up?
What we do is we keep giving you reasons to come back to each museum, which is great, because I think you do really feel like it's become your own thing.
I've heard that they're pretty good.
Amazing.
Like there's a lot of people that
thank
say
you
they're
so
pretty
much for
addictive
coming.
like that. There's a hospital
and
one. I
everybody
feel like that
who's
one
here at
looks kinda funny.
Gamescom can play the game actually
Anybody play
either
these?
at the Xbox booth or at the Sega booth, which is in the same hall, Hall 7. I love that we're neighbors. But then last but not least, I think you can wishlist it at home as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, to the newest chapter in the Life is Strange saga and the supernatural murder mystery it revolves around. Check out what you can expect from Max Caulfield and the gang in this new gameplay walkthrough.
Max Caulfield, the girl who could rewind time, is back.
Let's thrash, Shaka Bra.
But when one of her new friends, Safi Llewellyn Fayad, is murdered in the grounds of Caledon University, Max finds that her chaotic power has changed. Now, Max must shift back and forth to reveal the truth of her friend's murder, in an attempt to save Safi before it's too late. Once Max's new power manifests,
trying to
she
kill her.
can send a pulse out from her fingertips at any time. While Pulse is active, she can peer through to the other world, seeing the differences between the timelines clearly. People and objects in the other timeline appear as dimensional echoes, allowing Max to avoid watchful eyes when shifting.
Good thing I can keep an eye on Alderman from here. Wouldn't want to show up right in front of him.
What the hell?
While Pulse shimmers around her, she can also see places where the veil between the two timelines is at its thinnest. These shift points are where she can push through to the opposite timeline to help her investigation in a multitude of ways.
Oh,
Do you need me to hold something, or...?
actually, yeah. I need an Allen wrench.
Got one around here?
No, I borrowed one from Carla, but I think she took it back. If you can go grab that from her, I'll owe you.
This could be to solve a puzzle, convince a character to reveal a secret, or retrieve an object lost in one timeline by borrowing it from another.
Better give this wrench to Moses.
Shift points work in both directions, so you can shift back and
So you
forth
just stole
from
it
the
from the
same
past or
spot.
future?
So I found this guy named
bless.
Alan, but he didn't know anything about a wrench.
No, Max, not literally Allen. It's... Oh. You are a lifesaver, Max.
He's
Dad
like
joke
holding
aside.
something heavy and she's
I'll
like
never
making jokes. He's
apologize
like,
for
no,
my
not
dad
today.
jokes.
If you're worried about losing track of which timeline you're in, well, Max herself may get confused too.
Have you talked to Reggie since yesterday? Reggie? Crap! Wrong Loretta, Max.
In the options, you can toggle a UI indicator every time you shift, confirming the reality you've just arrived in, as well as there being visual cues such as cheery Christmas decor in the timeline where Safi is alive. Most importantly to Max's investigation, everyone you meet has an increasingly divergent duplicate in the other timeline. Depending on which timeline you're in, they'll react to Max and her probing questions very differently. A grief-sodden conversation in one timeline may unlock an unexpected heart-to-heart in the other.
Grief is hard. The trick is not to let it change your character.
Everyone at Caledon is hiding something, and Max is the only one with a viewpoint unique enough to unravel those secrets, and the determination to reach the truth at all costs.
Everybody's talking about her like she had a heart attack or a car accident. but she was murdered. Someone murdered her. I don't know how we're expected to just be okay with that.
Max has never
How
been
would you be
so
okay with that?
powerful or in so much danger.
Ooh, Orion just
The
got
fate
gifted
of her
one. Thank you so
friends
much,
and
Carl.
of two
Good
timelines
gosh,
are
thank
at
you.
Max's fingertips.
It feels more complicated than you want a game to be. I was gonna say, it looks like it could be very complicated, but it also looks very interesting. I feel what you're saying, though. What is this? Oh, wow. Where Jay sees all these flying mounts. Kevin with another channel membership. Christy, welcome to the Deathclaws. Let's see here. I need to do some Deathclaw welcomes over on the other one too while we're waiting. Is this like... They look way too happy. There we go. That looks more like WoW. Orion, welcome to the Deathclaws, man. Sinja, of course, welcome to the Deathclaws. Hoki, welcome back to the Deathclaws over on Twitch. No, there's somebody else. Big Papa, welcome to the Deathclaws. And Fall Damage, welcome. Alright. Why can't they put this on console? Jay, you're never gonna let it die, are you? That day, he's gonna be so excited. You get hashtags for Kevin, Carl. He says no. Shaking's on your side there. Vermilion, thank you. Hoki, thank you. Angelica, thank you. We just got 25 likes too. Hoki says, hey girl! I don't know if he's still watching or not. August 26th, The War Within. Girl!
World of
Airline,
Warcraft
what
has
is up?
had a
Welcome.
massive impact on the gaming world, as
Butler.
well as myself since it launched
You forgot your passport?
nearly 2 decades ago.
I was gonna say, you still
and here
made
to
it.
give us a glimpse into their plans for the latest
Josh,
expansion,
thank you, Commander, thank
The
you.
War Within, the 3-part World Soul Saga, and the next 20 years of World of Warcraft, we have 2 excellent humans, and thankfully not orcs, sorry Horde, from the team at Blizzard. Please, Ian and Tina, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I am Tina Wong, Associate Art Director on The War Within. Super excited to be here and getting to chat with the Xbox community.
Hi, and I'm Ian Hazzikostas, Game Director on World of Warcraft. Really hyped to be here in Cologne at Gamescom, and excited to be
Carl
part of the
says, "Hey,
Microsoft
Jen."
family. Even though we're just a humble PC game, we've been welcomed into the Xbox fold, and it's wonderful.
No, I'm so excited for you guys to be here, especially as today is such a huge day for World of Warcraft. Can you tell us what's going on?
We got a little thing or two brewing. I think in something like 8 hours and 10 minutes, but who's counting? We're going to be launching early access of The War Within, to be followed a few days later by the global release.
No, I'm so excited for
Morris,
it. And to kind
thank
of
you.
get it hyped up at Gamescom on the booth over here, we have got one of the coolest
B. Morris,
experiences
everybody's
I think
like,
I've ever had at any gaming booth. It is the Escape from Dalaran, and as like a
Never
big
played
WoW
WoW?
fan, it was incredible. Have
It's
you had
one
a
of
go?
those things,
Yeah,
dude,
it's like,
that
so this is a
I feel like everybody
4-minute
should try
VR
it once as long as it's like
experience. You're,
free or
you know,
whatever.
strapped
Like do the free
into
trial
this
and see if you like
motorized
it. But
device.
like just to
You have
say
air
that you
jets
say
blowing in your
so you
face
can
to
say you played it,
simulate
basically.
air
I
rushing
couldn't
by you,
stand it.
and you are soaring
Jay
through
says,
Dalaran in the middle of a surprise attack launched by the forces of Xal'atath and the Nerubians that very much
What is
mirrors
this?
what players are going to experience at the start of the War Within in the days to come.
Yeah, and
I
you
feel
did
like that's
mention
not
that
the
this
way to
is
play
the
WoW.
start of a
Nobody's gonna be able
brand
to
new
do that at
era
their
of World of
house.
Warcraft. Can you tell us the new features and what we can expect with the War Within?
Yeah, so the War Within is our 10th expansion, and I'm biased, but it's going to be a banger. It's the beginning of
We have so many
the
people
World
over there
Soul
watching on
Saga,
Twitch.
which
Thank
is
you guys
the
so
greatest
much.
story we've ever tried to tell.
Yes.
And it's a story
The WoW
so big
South
that
Park
we needed to
episode.
make 3 expansions to
I
tell
was
it
gonna say,
fully.
that's how I ended up
And so the way
playing
this
it.
kicks off, champions
Red
and
Dead.
heroes
Dude,
around
they need
the
to,
world
like,
have
do a
been seeing
remake
these
on that,
troubling
like a-
visions, hearing
whatever it's called.
things that sound like the world herself crying out for aid, crying out in
I think
pain.
Red Dead
and as they
needs
investigate
a-
the source of this phenomenon, that
a
journey
revision.
leads them towards a land
Remaster,
that is
that's
known
the
as
word I'm looking for,
Kazalgar,
remaster.
a mysterious island off the coast of Kalimdor, where they may come under surprise attack and
You
begin
wished
to
you
see
played
the
sooner?
face of their foe, and that is one Xalatath.
I was
And
gonna
so
say,
it
well,
starts
I
out as a
mean,
mystery, and
they
that
do make it
mystery
pretty
will
easy
lead
for you to
players
get into it, it
the
seems
underground of Azeroth, towards the heart of the world itself, into just fantastical environments, and it's just going to be an incredible adventure.
No, I can't wait. And Tino, I know you've got a load of brand new features that are going to be coming with the expansion. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, Ian mentioned the zones. One of the things that we really love about World of Warcraft
And
is
Shaky
that the
both
world
wanted
is such
to come
a
to
main
Xbox.
character of it, right? So one of the key things coming out is these zones, and they're definitely some of the most
That's like
ambitious
Jay's
and
ultimate
unique that
wish
we've ever
list.
created for World of
He
Warcraft.
loves WoW, but he wants
for
it to be on
instance,
console.
delving underground, that's a unique challenge.
I mean, like,
And
it's
so
so
while
old
we
now,
have,
like, it
zones
definitely
that
could
meet
be on
clear
console.
expectations with like the ringing
They haven't, like,
beaks, where we
changed
have,
anything about the game
ancient
in
forges
20-some
and
years.
lava and these beautiful caverns. We also have an incredible zone called Hallowfall, where we have this crystalline ceiling and the crystal that shifts from light to dark. And then our deepest zone, Ashkahet, this is where you will find Queen Ansrek herself, in partnership with Xalatath. And you get to see the height of the Nerubian Empire.
Yeah, no, and also there's of course, one of the big things with World of Warcraft as well.
Kevin!
Dungeons. Can you
No,
tell us
Carl!
about a few of
Carl
the new
gifted.
dungeons that we're
I
going to
just
have?
saw K-pop up.
right, in the
Robert,
War
welcome
Within?
to the Deathclaws, man.
Yeah, so one of the fun ones that you get to experience as part of the story is this one that's the rookery that you find on the Isle of Dorne. And so you get to experience part of the culture
soul
of
characters.
Kazalgar
Holy
and
crap,
seeing
dude.
these riders,
That sounds
these
insane.
storm
Just
riders.
soul characters.
So that one is super fun. And then
Angelica,
in
thank you.
Hallowfall,
Carl,
another
thank
favorite
you.
would be one where you're actually on an airship. So you get to fly around, there's epic battles, and you see that glowing crystal just in the backdrop.
Is that crystal? Oh, sorry,
I was going to say, when we were setting out to build these underground
Oh,
environments,
isn't that
one of the
Carl? I think I
challenges
just
was making
did
sure that it
KA.
didn't feel claustrophobic, didn't feel oppressive. And, the zone of Hallowfall, it is
No
so
worries.
vast an underground space
Leroy Jenkins.
that the
Leroy
inhabitants need airships to
Jenkins!
traverse it. And so it's when you're down there, it's like you're in this underground world unto itself.
No, and it was really
Real
one of
touch
the really
grass
cool things we were
situation.
talking about it a little bit earlier on, was that the crystal changes, doesn't it, to impact the gameplay?
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for. What other features do you have coming with the expansion as well?
Oh, so one of the things that we've built is
I was like,
delves,
why is
which
there a
new
Thrasher
feature
in
for
the
expansion.
background during the WoW
And
thing? It was
something
Fallout.
that is a priority to
I was
us
like, what
for
is
delves
happening
is
right
that
now?
It really caters
Like, why are
to,
they showing a
group of
Thrasher?
our,
That looks
our
exactly like a
audience that
Thrasher.
historically has been a little underserved by the end game progression loop that we have for those who maybe raid
You guys
or do
follow
Mythic
me on
Plus.
Twitter?
So
Did you
these
guys see where I
ones,
found
they're
there
outdoor
is
world players,
a
as we
creature
call
that's
it.
like the
we
real,
want them to feel like you're
like a real
adventuring through
Thrasher,
the
and they're
world, and you
very
come
violent
across
and
just
dangerous.
This, mysterious
Can't remember what the
location,
name
whether
of it
you're
is.
diving
It was
into
crazy
a
though.
sinkhole or seeing some
GOT,
tracks
welcome.
lead into a dark
No, you did
cave.
not miss it.
We want you to be able to encounter
I'm
these
hoping
and
next.
still increase the difficulty level as you play, so that you can progress your item level week to week.
So delves are they're handcrafted experiences. Yeah. There are 13 locations around the zones of the War Within, and they're really meant to be a new alternative to dungeons, raids, and PvP as a new pillar of endgame progression. Whereas before, as Tina mentioned, if you're someone who's mostly a solo player, you have maybe one or two friends, you don't do the
Clash with
larger group
Mothman.
content. You could
At 10
enjoy
o'clock,
the
you mean?
story, you could quest, but at some point your journey would unfortunately feel like it came to a stopping point. And we want to make sure that all playstyles
I think Jonathan
feel
Rush's
welcome, feel like
interview
they
was
have
going on,
progression.
like,
and that's something, as we think
in the
about the
last little
features that
bit,
we're offering in
over
our
on the
new
Bethesda
expansion,
thing, so maybe
a
they
lot
have
of it
it
is about
timed out
playing
so
the
that way, like,
playing the
people
game
can watch
the way
that
you
and
want
then
to play
watch
it,
the other
having
if they
that
want.
flexibility
I would like to do that, but at the
that
same time,
caters
like,
to your
I already
playstyle.
said
So,
I was going to do the
a couple of our other
Xbox
major
showcase,
features
so I
are
have
warbands,
to
which
stick to my
for
guns.
once unifies the progression
I do like
on
Jonathan
most
Rush, though. He's
facets
hilarious.
among your alts. So instead of having every character needing to earn reputation separately or their own currency, all of the characters on your account are now part of a warband. So the first thing you see when you log into World of Warcraft, The War Within, is going to be not just one character standing there stiffly, but multiple characters huddled around a campfire representing your band of adventurers that you're taking into Azeroth.
All that
What?
grinding, getting all your characters ranked up and leveled up, just seeing them all together would be amazing.
It's honestly quite sentimental to see them all hanging out.
I have to make sure I do all the transmogs like all correctly and just make sure they all look great.
Exactly. And then we've already seen people like taking screenshots and sharing them of like, this is your lineup. And then, yeah, like, I mean, we've reimagined the way flying and traversal work in World of Warcraft. It's like dynamic physics-based system called skywriting.
Yeah.
That's more than like double the
I think
speed of
people
what
that
flying
play
used
WoW
to
will be
be
excited.
back in the day. And so like just getting from point A to point B
Get it to my
should
level.
feel exciting. It should feel like an adventure. And that's what we're trying to offer.
I always used to love that. I still remember the first time Burning Crusade where I got my flying mount for the first time and I had like 60% move speed. And I was like, I'll get there eventually. Just give me some time.
Yeah, these are more like 600%.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Oh,
Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah. Just put it on
gonna be way faster.
console.
Just do some tricks and blitz
Just a
across. Yeah, no, it's amazing. One of
I
the
think
other big
Jason's on a
things with World of Warcraft is there was a
strike until they put it on
perception
console.
for like older players
They've
and
been
like
talking about
players
doing
that
it,
people
though,
have never
since
played
360.
before. The War Within, you've kind of aimed to change that. Can you tell us a little bit more? What can players expect when they log in for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's features like what we've just been talking about. It's making sure that there is
Maybe
a
that's why
deep
they're trying to make it
solo
more
experience if
accessible.
that's what you want. If you only have a
I was
little
gonna
bit of
say
time
they
to
would need to
spare,
make
those
it more
delves take
accessible.
15
It's not
to
coming
20
to
minutes.
Xbox. That's
of course,
just his
if you
high
want
hopes.
to, if you have hours on a weekend,
All
there's
right,
an entire world
Hokey,
to
thank you so
explore.
much
We
for
have
hanging out. I
hardcore raids
appreciate
to
you.
challenge, the boldest of adventurers and their friends as they
Manifested
coordinate
Jay,
to
he's
overcome these
trying.
challenges. But I think World of Warcraft is a game that can be played in
He's
so many
trying.
different ways today to suit your preferred content, play style, available time, and that's something that we really want to just keep doubling down on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, a lot of people when they think about World of Warcraft, they think, oh, it's like too big, there's too much stuff to do, but really it's like, it's a world and that everyone can play the way that is fulfilling to them.
Yeah, and there's also opportunities just to hop straight into the new content as well. It's one of the things I've always liked. Like our whole Xbox One team, when Classic came back out, we all hopped back in for one of those reasons.
Exactly, and I think as any WoW player knows, a new expansion is the perfect time to come back to WoW. I think the War Within in particular, because of the fact that, it's kicking off this brand new story arc, we've also revamped the new player experience, the level up experience from 10 to 70 that gets you to the War Within
It's a
to
world
be
of
our
Warcraft.
latest expansion, Dragonflight.
Yeah.
So if you're
What
coming
about
back
small
or you're
town
coming in
of
for the first
Warcraft?
time, you are playing the latest, newest content WoW has to
How about
offer,
small world
learning the
of
ropes,
Warcraft?
and joining the rest of the world in the War Within.
No, I'm really
It's a
excited.
small,
and also,
small
World of
world of
Warcraft,
Warcraft.
I can't believe I'm saying this, is coming up to its 20th anniversary. What does that feel like being a part of the WoW team and for all the players?
It is humbling. Truly.
I mean,
I've been
that's
playing the
crazy
game for
that
all
they've
20 of
had it
those
going
years.
that long.
I've been on the development team for 16 years
Like,
now.
any
the
game that's, like,
large majority of my
online would
adult
hope
life
to be as
has
successful as
really
World
been
of Warcraft.
shaped and formed by this game, and it's an honor.
Take an L from-
and I think
from a
I'm
B,
so
then go.
excited
I'm a
to
guy, so-
celebrate that 20th anniversary coming up, but also kick off many, many years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a longtime veteran in the game, playing since the beginning, playing since Warcraft 3, and been on the team like 14 years now. And
They
there's
go
so many
talk
of these
about it for a little
stories
bit.
on the World of Warcraft team, and you
Thinking
can
about
see
going and
that
taking a
in
bathroom break
what
real
we put
quick
out
while
there,
they
just people
continue to
putting
jabber
like their
jabber on.
passion and their history with the game
All right.
into everything that
I'll
we
be right
make.
back.
No, it's amazing.
So I
Like,
can
I
take
personally love it. I can still remember growing up playing from the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and it's so exciting to hit that 20-year mark. But for players that are looking to get involved in World of Warcraft for the first time and become part of the community, what can they do right now?
Yeah, I mean, so, we're talking about an expansion, but the basic World of Warcraft experience, you can play for free in our starter edition. You can level up to 20. You can experience the start of Dragonflight. And, just go to worldofwarcraft.com, download Battle.net, install it, jump in and check it out.
No, I'd really recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's no surprise it's coming up to the 20-year anniversary. Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the fans?
It's just such an exciting moment, really. I think coming up on 20 years, but also beginning this next step in our journey. The team has been working on War Within for years. We have so many years of content ahead that we have mapped out, that we have planned out. It's going to be this incredible journey narratively, in terms of the world we're building, in terms of the features. And we're excited to welcome everyone in to begin it with us, and buckle up, because it's going to be a heck of a ride.
I honestly, thank you so much. I've got one also final question.
And none of us can
Horde
join
or
in.
Alliance?
Depends on my mood that day.
Safe answer. Safe answer.
I'm taking over.
What about
I'm
you
taking
two?
over for the Warcraft transition here.
It's shifted over time. Currently, I'm
No,
more playing
you
Alliance.
can't have it back.
See, that's why I like
Don't,
always
it's
the Alliance.
Warcraft,
I've
and
been
they ain't doing
Alliance
crap
since
about
day
it
one,
for any of the
right?
fans.
And I will stick to that with the War
Love
Within.
you
But
guys.
honestly, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, you taking us through the War Within. But here, also, just a pro tip to avoid your own War Within, please check out World of Warcraft, the War Within expansion, when it launches August 26th. Also, coming up, we'll give you a tour of the Xbox booth
Which
right here
GW?
at Gamescom. Check out what studios have in store for fans here. And also, we celebrate a decade of Elder Scrolls
How do you
Online
get
with a look
the
at
cake?
the latest chapter,
Oh,
Gold
it was,
Road. We also unveiled
it was
the
like
real name
what
of
we had
Project
with the,
Birdseye. But first, it's
Lands
time
End
for a
challenge
cinematic
or the
horror
Uncharted Lands
experience.
challenge is the
This
exact same
is the
thing.
casting
That was
of
one of the
Frankstone.
things that you got for doing both weeks.
This place
It
is
won't be
like
back, unfortunately. The only way we'll get
super
it is if they like
creepy, right?
recolor it, basically. Guild Wars, I got
Everything's still so fuzzy about what happened, but
what is this?
There's one thing that always just stuck in my mind.
What is happening in there? Return to key decisions. Change the outcome of choices made.
I'm coming!
Track down collectibles. That sounds good.
This is right where my dad came face to face with Frankstone.
I think you're starting to see what we're up against.
Your call, Chris.
Drugstore.
Jay,
I don't
take
wanna risk
over?
missing
Yeah.
that chance.
Sure. Curiosity Shop does look pretty cool.
We can check it out after.
Fair enough. I don't know
Father
what
was
I
cloned. That'd be
expected,
good,
but it
Richard.
wasn't this.
Should pitch
After
that.
40 years of pain, where would you choose to live with
You're
me?
saying you, Becca, and everybody's like, Jay! He's got something bad going on with his nerves. I don't know what
okay,
it is.
are you? I'm sleepwalking through a nightmare and I just can't seem to wake up.
That's gross, dude.
There's no reward for me when I've done what I've got to do.
8mm camera, really?
This is insane!
I can't live like this anymore. I can't live in this nightmare. Come on, come on, come on.
It's a prison. Something far older.
What is that?
The casting of Frank Stone. Ah, from the World of Dead by Daylight.
Stone.
Interesting. It's hard. He's
Welcome
off from work
everybody
'cause
to
he
the
can't
Xbox booth.
use
This
his
is
arm
our
to
home for
hold the
Gamescom
skin
2024.
tight enough to
There is
tattoo
so
right
much
now.
to do here. There's so many experiences. We've got Xbox, Bethesda, Blizzard, and
Me
Activision
playing
all
as
on the
a
one
strung
roof.
out
We have
cricket.
so much to see, so I think we should just
The main
split
character's
up.
descent.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Over here at the Age of Mythology
What, you think
Retold
you're real?
section, you can get your photo taken with some certified gods and goddesses. But over here's something even cooler, because we've actually got some game stations set up where you can play test the game right here at Gamescom.
Behind these walls, fans are experiencing, I think, the most anticipated expansion of this
Oh, please no
year.
more Diablo 4. They talked so much about that
Vessel of
yesterday.
Hatred.
I
can't wait
Diablo'd
to dive
out,
into
dude.
the Dark Citadel and slay swarms of enemies.
Star Wars
if
Outlaws?
I manage to do so.
I was gonna say, you're back over here, Butler.
And speaking of time,
Yeah, me too, man.
It's time to check out Diablo Immortal, because we just
Me
can't
too,
get enough
Carl. I
of it
hope it
around
gets
here.
better.
At the Diablo Immortal section, you'll be able to play the game itself on the little setups here, but also set a leaderboard time where you can potentially win an incredible Inarius statue, which looks unbelievable. But hey, what's that over there?
the Doomslayer has already graced
Oh, yeah.
many an Insta story as he lords over the booth of Doom, the Dark Ages.
That's
Fans
awesome.
can also celebrate 10 years of the Elder Scrolls Online by checking out the latest chapter, Gold Road, as well as catching a rare glimpse of an Elder Scrolls replica. There's only one of two in the world. If you're feeling brave enough, you can even grab a photo with Athelia herself.
World of Warcraft, the War Within, takes on new meaning when you strap yourself into one of these ultra-immersive devices. Let me tell you, it's my third ride in a row and I'm really, really baffled by this experience. So make sure to check this out and check out the expansion.
YouTube feels better.
And of course, it just wouldn't be Gamescom without the Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass experience, where here our attendees can actually win themselves some prizes by
Ariel,
slapping
what is
that
up?
big green button, which I think I'm going to have a go on.
Did they
while
not
you guys
have
enjoy the
phones?
rest of the show.
So
Come
it's
on.
because they're doing a leaderboard, so you can win some type of statue. That's why they have it. Plus, it's not available on phones, so they put up their own phones. Whatever it is that they're doing hasn't released yet. What is this? Twin stick shooter? Five, what is it? Layers? Viscera? I love twin stick shooters. I don't think I've ever heard that term before. I don't like top-down stuff. Looks like Contra, but from the wrong angle. That was kind of cool looking at. Looks like it's a little glitchy. Kill ruthlessly. Wreck total carnage. Kill the last angel. Kill Knight. Bullet hell. Richard, welcome, how are you? Basically means you move the left stick and aim with the right. Oh, I got you.
10 years. I should have brought some sweet rolls.
Blade Runner's age-old question, is Rick Decker really a replicant?
President Matt Firel and creative director Rich Lambert himself. How you doing?
Great. Great to be
Go
here.
for a while. All right, J Strength, see ya.
I mean, you guys are no strangers to Gamescom in general. So
I was
you're
gonna say, I need
aware
some
of
Doom
the behemoth scale of everything,
stuff.
but I mean, this is something
some
else for the
Fallout
Xbox
too.
booth. It's great to have like a whole
So
team
now they're doing
together
Elder
for it,
Scrolls. I got
which
some
is
stuff
awesome.
from Fallout for
And
last.
you guys are on the booth as well, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But what I want to get into is the fact that it is 10 years. That's really special for a game to go for that long. And you guys thought, well, let's make a big deal out of it. Let's celebrate. So how are we doing that in game?
Yeah, well, you know, it's been 10 years since we launched, but it's been like 18 years since we founded the studio. So we've been working on this game a long time.
Forever, yeah.
And Rich and I were both here in the very beginning. So, but yeah, we're celebrating.
They worked on the game for 8 years
obviously,
before it
we're here
came
at
out.
Gamescom.
I can't hardly believe that.
We've done some great community events outside the game. We had a huge one in Amsterdam that you were at.
It was a lot of fun, I got to say.
Oh, yes. Well over 1,000 people. Just a couple weeks ago, we had another big one in Germany.
Yeah, the Tavern.
The Tavern, also huge with live music and just a huge multi-day festival. And then we've done other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, it's countless, right? We've got new things planned, you know, in the future. You know, we're going to be at TwitchCon, and then also we've got an Australia event coming up too. So.
Yeah, and inside the game, you know, we've had
I didn't know they like
just
brought them. I
back-to-back
thought it was
events,
just like a bunch of like
celebrating 10 years.
showcases
So
for, like,
we're
content
giving lots of free
creators.
stuff away to players in the game, and it's all a lot themed around different chapters that we've had over the years and different characters and everything. So it's just we're really trying to do, you know, pull out all the stops and have a great inside the game experience, but then also bring it out to the fans out in the real world.
Well, let's talk about that outside of the game perspective, because you do have pretty substantial little segment
really cool,
over there. Why did it feel right to make sure that you guys were here at Gamescom?
Well, you know, Germany is a huge player base for us. I think it's the second biggest after the United States. So
You talked to Carl.
we've been coming over here for many years. I mean, it's I think
back.
2013 before launch was our first year here at Gamescom,
Hanging out
and
for a little
we've
bit.
had community events here longer than we've had community events in America. Seriously, so Germany is and Europe as a whole is a very, very important, you know, in our hearts and to the success of the game, and we like to come out and thank them in game. But yeah, we got a huge presence in the booth.
It's unbelievable. Like, there's people lined up all around. You know, we've got some cosplayers here. It's just this really amazing feel and vibe.
Sandra!
And then, of course, we get to meet the players, hang
How
out
are
with them.
you?
You know, some players, Matt said, you know, we've been here at the tavern since 2013, and I remember, you know, it started really small and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's people that come every year that we get to see and just see how they're doing.
And it just feels great to see people being like jumping so deep into it as well, and it's a huge part of their lives. This is how they've met some of their best friends, that, you know, they've spent countless hours in the game just experiencing the incredible tales that you've been able to tell through it. So that it's a really nice way to connect and meet genuine friends experiences.
Yeah,
stuck
and
at
it's
work
important
all,
here
man.
that we've been talking about this for a few
I'm doing
minutes
good.
now, and we're talking
doing
about the
real good.
community because
Yeah.
the community is the game in many ways. For a game to last for 10 years at this level of success, right? It's just more about the people that play the game at this point than the people that
you already
make it.
restart
So
it,
we
Carl?
never forget that. We very much appreciate it. And we always know when we do have community events and like hands-on and things here at Gamescom, players like to come here to meet each other more than even to meet us. Like their best friends are in the game sometimes, and just to meet them in the real world is awesome.
And we just happen to be here, right? Like that's the thing, right? Like so it's really cool.
So 10 years, you've not just been like sitting around letting people enjoy the game. You've been working hard. There have been new content updates. You've had a new chapter released this same year as well. Do you want to talk a bit about Gold Road and what's there for players to experience with that?
Yeah, Gold Road is the continuation of the story that we started last year with Necro. So it's this story about a new Daedric prince who's been long forgotten, Athelia. She looks different, she acts different than everybody else, and then it's a bit of a nostalgia trip through the West Weald, which was also in Oblivion, Test for Oblivion. So yeah, it's been really
Jester.
cool to be able to do that and then add new systems as well. We added the scribing system, which allows players to essentially build their own
See, we
abilities.
need that in the game.
And really kind of mix and match, those
that.
abilities with their builds, and then, just change the colors and whatnot to really match their role play.
Yeah, because that's such an
If I
important
played,
part
I'd play
for
as
your
that
players.
Jester
It's
cat,
not just about being able to get the DPS meter up. It's so much more than that, right?
Yeah, it's like I joke with Rich a lot. We're talking about scribing, but we have a roguelike game, Infinite Archives inside our game, right? We have so many different
the
things
updates
you
are
can
in,
do in
Carl.
ESO, and in fact, years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, we
You're
started
gonna say
calling
the
it a
20th
virtual
of
world, like
next
a
month
fantasy
is,
virtual world, because that's
Shattered
really what it
Space.
is. It's much more than a game at this point. You can log in and play a card game.
Such a good game.
Now you can decorate your house and share it with others, and antiquity system and PvP, and right. So there's just so much to do in this game that you can really play all week and do different things
I
every
just
day.
heard the song
You
that
guys
they're
were
playing in the
Metaverse
background.
before people even were thinking about Metaverse. I mean, you had them beat. Speaking of housing, you do have a current update available for PC players with the update 43. Console players are going to be able to get hands-on with that pretty soon, but give us a brief overview of what they can expect with that.
So the big new system is home tours, right? It allows players to share their creations with other players, and our housing system is
Fallout
incredible.
and Elder
It's
Scrolls
super
are getting
deep.
the same
It
thing,
is
huh?
free form, so there's no hook points. There's nothing along those lines. Whatever players can dream up, they can build. They can put chairs on the ceilings. They can cobble together a bunch of things to create new assets, and they do, and they make these really cool creations. And now Home Tours allows them to share that with other people, and those people can go in and view these homes and like them, and like it's really going to open the doors for our community.
Yeah, so to speak. But
That's good. I didn't think about that.
the people watching the stream right now, I think, are seeing some housing in game.
Yeah.
And I just want to reiterate, everything they're seeing is in game in our housing system. Like it could be created by the players.
Yep.
And in fact, some of the ones they're going to get to soon are actually created by players themselves.
Amazing.
And it's unbelievable what they can do with the tools we give them.
It's a good thing you never asked me, because mine just
rolls or
always looks
whatever
like
they
some
are.
midlife crisis bachelor's pad. There's
I'm not very good with it either,
there's like
so.
monster trophies on the wall, like one chair in the
Played
middle. It
ESO a
looks
lot
really
until
sad, but
Gold Road
with this
came
update, I
out
think I'm going to have to try and
with,
up my housing
new
chops.
scrapping
It
system.
makes something look good.
Just going through and exploring and
to
seeing what
buy
other
the
players are
chapter to get
doing
scrapping.
is just so inspiring, right? Like, it's amazing.
It's not just the only thing that's getting updated, though, because we mentioned the roguelike part of it as well, Infinite Archives. That's also having a few new flourishes added to it as well, right?
Yeah, so we've added a bunch of new bosses into there, some new monster types. We've added in 2 new arena types, so there's a fire and ice arena in there. We've added new
Fire
verses
and
and
ice.
visions, which are the buffs that players earn while they're kind of progressing through. And then, of course, there's tons of new loot, new class sets and whatnot.
Amazing. Community being at the heart of your game. We know that they can also be vocal too, which is a good thing, because that's passionate. I like it, and that's the way that we can make great games even greater. So there must be some improvements on the way, some feedback you've had lately that you're looking to include in the game pretty soon.
Yeah, we ship updates to ESO every 12 weeks, and we've been doing that since 2015. So, and every one of those has had a fix bug
trying to
fix
get
or
Fallout on the
balance
same
tweaks or some kind of quality of
release
life fix
date schedule.
based on feedback we've gotten from the community. And, you know, we can't get to everything quite as fast as the community would like us to, I am sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were responsive, and we would not be here right now if we didn't take the feedback the community gave us and acted on it. And so things like home tours, right? There's a huge segment of ESO now of the player base, which really does primarily housing. You know, so we gotten some feedback from the other players in the game, like, why are you doing a housing feature?
I see people say housing is end game. Like that is the end goal.
It's
right?
fashion and housing, right? Like that's what you hear a lot. And you know, to Matt's point, sometimes they're not big things. Sometimes they're just small things. Like one of the, I think is a big thing that's coming in is probably one of the smallest things. And it's, we now remember the last guild you posted in for the guild stores. So now you can be in 5 guilds in ESO. And what oftentimes would happen is it would reset back to like that first guild that you joined. So you're posting stuff to the guild store in the wrong guild, and right, so that's just a pain point, and we were finally able to get around to fixing that.
Awesome. I do want to make sure that I give you guys a shout out for possibly one of the most memorable trailers from Showcase, because your 10-year one was absolutely incredible. Oh, that was so good. Like, we were all watching it, doing a little mini watch party in the Xbox on studio, and we were like, this is great stuff.
You know, and I think over the years, you know, this is an Elder Scrolls game, right? A lot of the videos we've done are a lot about combat and fighting giant, you know, monsters and huge, you know, demon Daedric princes, right? But that video, the We Belong video, is more about the heart of the game, and that's from what the players experience. That's much more what the game is to them than just going on quests. Because of course we have that, but you're doing it with friends, right? You're doing it with people that you meet in the game, and you're starting out, and you can't do much, and then you get really powerful, right? That's the heart of the game right there in that video.
Amazing. Well, when update 43 drops on console, I'll make sure to spruce up my home. Maybe you could tour it, see what you think. But thank you, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Gamescom.
Bring us some
The
Fallout.
Elder Scrolls Online update 43 is launching September 4th, 2024, so pretty soon. For details on that update, the 10th anniversary plans, and more, make sure that you do tune into the ESO Gamescom live stream, which is kicking off in just over an hour at 6 p.m. CEST, 12 p.m. EDT at twitch.tv/Bethesda. Now for a refreshing change of pace for the hero shooter genre. That pace is fast, by the way. Here now, enjoy the wildly colourful and furious world of FragPunk.
Oh, man.
Yo! Hate rules? FragPunk's here to spice them up. We're the 5v5 FPS that lets you bend the rules with cards. Cards can literally do anything. They can beef you up. They can change the weather.
Dirty, what's up? God, what's up? They are going to. It's on the list for Xbox. Like, my thumbnail is their thumbnail. That's why I have it.
More. Or find foes when they try to be sneaky.
You're pretty excited about the update they gave to Starfield?
Force.
Oh yeah, those cars look sick, dude.
They've got tricks of their own.
Battle Royale needs to die.
If you're down on luck, then you better have a good team with you. Close to call, then be ready to duke it out one-on-one till the last one stands. Bend the rules in FragPunk.
All right, let's see here. Yep, Carl. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Is this okay? I was gonna say, please no more Diablo. That's so, it was like 45 minutes yesterday. They have Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal. I'm like over it. I literally thought I was gonna fall asleep because I didn't get any sleep the night before, and I was just like, oh my god. No caffeine. discover your next favorite.
Another prison guard. Good luck, mate. You're gonna need it. There's one escape pod left, but you're not the only geezer bolting after it.
Dank, what's up? Diablo for days. It was for days.
There's a lot of wankers between you and the sweet taste of freedom.
There's so many games
Just a
coming
bunch
out like
of psychos gunning for the
like
same
it's all that
prize.
view. Somebody had a name for it the other day. I was like, I don't know. I call it a most top down is what I always call
Better
it.
luck next time, mate. You might make it farther than
like
last
the art
big
style's
unlock.
really cool looking, but
He even took down some big boys along the way.
I just can't. There's quite a few things I can't do in video games. Like that one, I can't really stand that. Like I really like the art style though. I can't stand
Looks like one of you guards finally put some big boy pants on.
turn-based stuff.
Brilliant.
That's another thing I can't do. I don't really like. I don't like a whole lot of the like defense stuff, like defense tower type stuff. It's just not my thing. Yeah, it did look actually not too bad. I have to say, as much hate as it's been getting, like I understand why people are like rightly upset at it. But that's why you always read your
Maybe the next guard will do better.
Well, Redacted looks absolutely amazing. We're super excited to be officially revealing the game today. It's from the minds behind the Callisto Protocol, and it's a frenetic roguelike with a darkly comic
Beautiful
twist.
Joe, yeah,
Here to tell us
I
more,
remember that
please
game.
welcome
That was on
the head
PlayStation
of
2,
Striking
right?
Distance Studios, Steve Papoutzis, and creative director Ben Walker. Guys, welcome to Germany. How are you?
Thank you so much for having us today. It's great to be here.
Awesome.
It's great to be here.
Oh no! So this isn't the first time that we've actually seen the trailer. We've seen it where it was under the code name Project Birdseye. Can you tell us a little bit about the secrecy and about Redacted now?
Sure. So when we first
good for the
started
rest of
thinking
my
about
life.
this project,
Time
we
to move
started
on.
prototyping from the controller out. We were really interested in
GameCube.
creating
I was gonna say, I'm pretty
fast,
sure it was on
responsive
PlayStation 2 as
controls
well.
that worked for melee and shooting and our energy mechanic. And so as we were developing that, we then talked about
That'd be
the
the
types
same,
of games we liked.
time
And we
period.
found ourselves playing a lot of roguelikes.
GameCube and
What we
PlayStation
liked
2.
about that particular style of game was the replayability and the experimentation that occurs. So you have strategic and tactical choices.
GameCube was
So all of
probably
those
one of the
things
best
kind of came
systems made.
together. And as we were prototyping it, we thought, well, let's see what people think of this. So we released that trailer that you mentioned for Project Birdseye. And that was met with positive reception. So we're here today with you, thank you, to announce the official name of the game, which is Redacted.
No, it's amazing to see it, and I know we're going to be going through a load of gameplay as well for viewers to be able to check out.
Crapped your
but
pants
it looks
playing
amazing.
Resident
So
Evil.
good. I mean, you guys mentioned it there. It
Mention
sounds
a
like you
go-go,
had
baby.
a lot of fun making the game, and certainly it's a wee bit of a departure from the Callisto Protocol and what players might expect from you guys. But as we look at some of the gameplay, can you tell us a bit more about Redacted, and then what can we expect to look forward to?
Sure, absolutely. So again, it's a roguelike style game, and it's focused in a prison. So one of the things that we thought
You
would
have to
be
be
really
re-
fun
yeah, so that's the thing
was
with the Nintendo
developing
games.
The story around what it
Like,
would be like
when
when
their
a
first-party
zombie
games come
outbreak
out,
occurred in a prison. So
if
not only
they
are
like
there
ever
workers at the
get
prison,
down to
but
being
there's
like
also
$30
inmates.
or whatever,
So
and you've ever
we thought
wanted
that was
them,
an
you need to
interesting
get
idea.
them
So we
because
started
they'll
developing
only
along
go up
those
from
lines.
there. Like,
And we
very
also
rarely do
included
they
some of
lose
those
value.
key elements of roguelikes that I mentioned, which are the experiments that we have, which are
when
our
we got
upgrades,
our,
and the various
GameCube,
skills and meta currencies that you
we
can
got
use
the,
in-game to
the
really
version that
change
came
your
with that
playstyles
disc
as
that
you
had
go through the experience.
Zelda and
You
stuff on
mentioned
it.
a
I
load
can't
of the
remember the name of the
prisoners.
disc,
They're
but it
called
came with the
rivals in the
GameCube.
game, aren't
And
they?
I think that
Can you
disc is worth like
explain to us
$500 or
what
the last time I
rivals
checked
are
it
and
was.
how that's
I
going
was
to
like,
affect the
good
gameplay?
grief.
Absolutely. So the
Jake
idea
can tell you
again
exactly
with the
what it
rivals
is. He
was,
played it a
hey,
million
you know,
times.
there's other people in this prison.
We got a
so
raid?
what would they be doing during this outbreak, right? So we thought it would
Mark!
be interesting
Thank
if
you so much
there
for
was
the
a
raid,
race
man.
to one escape pod. So not only are you
guys don't know
racing
who
against
Mr.
the
Morph
rivals,
is, make sure you
but
go
you're
check him
also,
out.
having to deal with them. So they can do things like have room modifier attacks where they can slow you down or impede your progress. but you can also counter back to them, and you can use your own environmental control attacks and try to slow them down and impede their progress. Not only that, but then you can also square off against them in one-on-one fights. So think of them as like bosses as you go through the experience. And so not only do you have the challenge of the various monsters within this game, but you also have to deal with these rivals who are trying to escape.
Yeah, and you can kind of see their progress along the bottom of the screen on the gameplay, can't you?
Yeah.
And like if they're still standing and what's kind of happening to them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Catch up as well. Nice. I mean, going back a little bit, I understand it's a roguelike, and when I think of that, I think permadeath, but maybe Ben, you could show us how that's going to be quite a core part of the gameplay in Redacted.
Sure. So this is actually the area where you start when you die.
Thank you, Morp.
And
I
you come
appreciate
back.
you, man.
And on the team, we like to say death is the opportunity to come back stronger.
Make sure you guys go check out Mr. Morp if you've not checked
we
him
have
out.
our
Good
punching
times.
bag
We've
here.
not gotten to follow it
as
yet,
you
so
can
hopefully
see,
it'll be
these are all our
soon.
terminals where you buy your permanent upgrades. On the right,
Yes,
we have
that
all
one,
of our
Dank,
currencies.
that
The
one.
top one is the credits, which is only spendable and
Metroid.
used inside the game.
Yep.
And then we have our
Pokemon
contraband
Stadium or
here, which is
Coliseum.
for our permanent skills. So I can purchase one of these.
Yes,
and then
I do
equip it
believe
on the
that's what
side.
it is.
So you actually build your own kind of loadout here, and I can actually
Save
buy
the
more
best for
slots
last.
as I progress as well. So we have about 45 of these across 5 pages. So there's really a lot to dig into here.
I was going to say, yeah, I think it
lots
goes
of
to
different
11.
combinations
so
for you to use.
It's got to be the best for last.
What
'cause
are the
good
meta
lord.
currencies have you got on the right hand? Because we can see them on the right hand side of the screen. What are they, and how do we what do we spend them on?
Yeah, so
All right,
over
man.
here we have
Rick,
the security
welcome,
IDs
what's up?
that you purchase suits with. And as you can see, we have lots of suits to choose from.
They look so cool. Have you got a favorite one?
This is one of my favorite ones, the pilot suit.
Pilot
So
suit, nice.
I'll purchase it now. And then every suit has an initial buff that it gives you. And
Oh,
then
that's kinda
also
cool.
you can go and increase
I
the
still might go
upgrades to
play
it
it,
as
though.
well. And so clearing 30 rooms, I'll get to reload my weapon faster.
Okay, sick.
So there's a lot of progression opportunities as well. So if you find like your own particular playstyle that you really like, you can hone in and focus on that and be like, all right, this is how I want to approach the next round.
Exactly. And your skills and your suit and then your guns all play into how that build works out for you.
So
sick.
what else do we have? What else do we have here?
So we have 5 melee weapons and 8 ranged weapons, and players can mix and match those any way they like. These are some of my
You're
favorites,
fine?
the dual
All right.
blasters.
They look nice.
Yeah.
More about
and
raids?
then once the
I
player
don't know if
escapes
they
for
will
the
or
first
not,
time,
Kevin.
they'll be able to unlock
think
the
they'll probably
upgrades for the
focus in
weapons
on
as
what's
well.
coming.
So it keeps going, and you can keep going
They
farther,
might
keep getting stronger.
touch on it.
Yeah, and what else is
But I
there
don't
in
think
the
they'll talk about
in
it
the
too
hub
much.
for players to
We
get
should probably
involved
get the
with?
PTS.
So this is where we can transfer currency and also buy things like the first aid
Probably-
station in between levels, which
I
is
don't
very,
know.
very important.
Probably right around the time
So here I'll
Starfield.
purchase the
That's what it always
environment
feels
control.
like. Just when you think that you're getting a little
So
bit
as
of a
Steve
break.
was talking about, this is how you attack rivals remotely. So you purchase the upgrades here.
Yeah, because we saw this happen a couple times in the
I was gonna
gameplay
say,
that we
video
saw
games are just
a little
like
bit earlier,
anything
didn't we?
else.
Yeah,
Like, it
exactly.
starts
And this
to
will
get
slow them down. It'll stop them. It'll do damage.
Overused.
And then once you buy all of them, you get the next tier of it.
That's
so you
what's
just
so
keep
hard for new
upgrading and
IPs.
upgrading.
Okay, sick. There's on the screen there was something about a combo with the rival attacks. What was that about there?
Beachmaster, welcome.
When you actually do your
You
rival
don't like
attack,
Star
you
Wars?
select the
Well, that's
rival, and
okay.
then you have to you have a limited time to kind of punch in this code. So there's a little bit of a rhythm to
But
it.
yeah, I have to talk a little bit about
I
raids,
love
just a
that.
little bit, like
Okay,
anything
fine.
at all.
That's so cool.
And then the final two we've got
And,
are
it'd be
the,
nice if they
the
talk about
redaction
pets
map and the performance review
or
center.
4 stars
What are
or
those?
something.
Yeah, so the performance review is a summary of your run. So here you can see what experiments you used, how many meta currency elements that you collected,
Oh, for
the
God's sakes.
schematics
Okay.
and the fabrications. So this is a good way to kind of strategize
was like
as you go through, see what you
66%
did
of you guys
before and
liked,
see what
Star Wars.
what you might try to do next time. In addition to that, we have the Watcher Log, which actually provides a lot of deep statistics for you. It's fun to kind of min-max and see how you did against the various rivals, which experiments you tend to gravitate
All
towards,
right,
and you
let's
can
see
see
here.
that all here. So it's fun to kind of dig into the statistical element of the game.
It's also where I can see people getting so competitive. That's like going like, no, I can get a faster time than you. I can do better with this setup, and see like all that kind of comparison. Like, I know, like us at the Xbox On team
Can you
would do that
imagine
an
like
absolute ton on stream.
playing out something like that? Like that's like advanced chess right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we've got the redaction map.
Yeah, so this ties ties into kind of the mystery of our game. So here you're going to find out about the rivals. As you go through the game, you're actually going to find these computer rooms. And when you interact with the computer room, you're going to see these dossiers. And as you go through and unredact the information here, you'll actually be gaining positive buffs for yourself. So you're going to be increasing the damage you do against the enemies. You're going to be creating vulnerabilities for them. And so you'll also be doing all that. And in addition to that, you're going to find out more about the rivals and a little bit of their backstory. So it's a key component to really being able to deal with and handle the rivals.
All right, let's see here.
That's awesome. What I do know is we've got a lot more gameplay to check out, because it'd be amazing to see all these different like weapons and upgrades in action, so you can talk us through it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's check out some more gameplay.
Absolute ridiculous
honestly,
Pokemon box
one of the things I love so much about games is when there are so many options to you as a player, and that's what Redacted has for you to progress and improve. So Bex, what do you think as well?
I mean, yeah, I'm really enjoying this kind of like secret element to the dossiers and these rivals, and I really like some of these headings that we've got. There's some interesting topics that I'm excited to explore later. Oh, who's this guy?
All right.
Got a little outline here.
Yeah, so this is a mysterious figure that we call Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
He's a bit of a cleaner, and he's at the prison. We don't know why. Hopefully players are going to find out. But he'll be interacting with you and kind of providing you some insights as you progress through the experience.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but Mr. Green is a shadowy figure.
Okay. Seems like we can trust him right now, but given all of the rivals and all of the other people that you've told us about so far, I'm not too convinced.
I don't know if you can ever trust a shadowy figure. That to me is just like, especially one in a prison, that just doesn't seem to work. But because there's so many options of how to play the game, can you kind of run us through some of your favorite builds? So I think this is us going up against one of your rivals right now, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely.
Like
Steve mentioned, we call our upgrade trees experiments.
Like
so we have a total of 115 of those in the game, split up against across 7 categories.
Old school
a couple of
Game
my
Boy
favorites
Advance
was
with the flip top. That's one of my favorite.
And mixing that with the electricity or the energy build. It speeds up rates of fire, and then Biotech has a great skill called Rot, which enables enemies to explode on death.
Nice.
So you can see we're using it right here on his main fire.
Oh, cool. I love an area of effect. That's always helpful.
Yeah, there's also like constant combination of using melee and ranged attacks, isn't there, throughout the gameplay?
There is, and since you don't get to choose which upgrades you get to pick every time, you'll find yourself exploring and finding new ones that you weren't expecting that turn out to be really fun. And so we've had a lot of people start to play different ways just because they stumbled on a really fun build.
Yeah, it's always going to be one of the funny bits. It's like, you got to go, no, I'm going to go use these guns because this is what I want to use. I love them. And then you'll be like, wait, no, that's like the most powerful melee weapon in the game. I'm just going to go melee build or something like that.
Like all different, like.
So Ben, yeah, you're much more of a corrosive kind of area of
effect. Like I found a SpongeBob
rapid fire build. I like that. That's cool. I'd probably go for something like that over like a strength build or like close combat.
Oh, and then they had the NES one.
What do you think you would do?
See, I've always been like keep a distance. Like I played as like I was always like an assault rifle player and like FPSs. I was like kind of keep a distance, kind of like kite people. But one thing I want to point out here is there is a glowing corpse which you see throughout the game. They pop up in certain locations. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so that's actually your last corpse, exactly where you died on your last run. And he has the exact same build you do. So at the end, once combat's over, you can choose to fight him and get back one of your skills, but at an increased power level. So, but it's always risky, right? Because if you had a really good build before, it might be a hard fight to win. So you got to kind of pick and choose your battles. But it is a way for you to get something back that you had on your last run that you really liked.
Yeah.
No, I can just imagine though.
He's looking great. Yeah, I don't disagree there, Erla.
I know.
That's like the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
For night play.
I mean, yeah, the glowing corpse sounds great. I love that element of, it's almost like Soulsy. You get that reward for going back to the same place, and especially in roguelike atmosphere.
Like the worst thing is like you knew that they could do better because the Game Gear was lit up.
Visuals here. I can notice some of the symbols from your game's Callisto Protocol and lots of this new art style that we can enjoy as well. They're eyeballs, which is great. But what was your philosophy behind this, and like I guess, kind of moving away from Callisto Protocol too.
Right, so we wanted to create something that was different and lean
You had
into
a
things
Game
that
Gear?
we really
Those things
enjoy.
were
So
expensive.
we're big fans of comic books, graphic novels, and we also
You
wanted
weren't
to
so
have more of
lucky
an
to have the
irreverent,
light.
fun tone to this game. So we gravitated towards the style and look that you see in the game. It's a little bit more vibrant, colorful,
gorgeous.
and it allowed us to really
Joe,
experiment and
welcome.
play around with the variety of
It died
enemies.
so
I think we
fast.
have over 34
Had to
enemies
have
in
lots
the
of
game.
batteries.
So we really wanted to just kind of go all out with the colors and everything. So that really worked well for us, and we think it definitely looks different
Chef's
than the
kiss?
previous
I
game.
don't think I ever saw
And the other
Mortal
thing that we
Kombat
really
on,
liked
Game
about
Gear.
this particular game this time was we partnered with a group called Mutato Musica.
Okay.
And we wanted to create our own unique music for the game. So we came up with this idea for Future Punk. So the soundtrack
is
is
taking
kind of
way
got
too
this
long.
arcadey punk kind of vibe going on. And we really enjoy it. So we're pretty excited about
What a
that.
time. What a time to be
I love that.
alive.
Yeah, no, Future Punk is definitely something I think I could get into as well. And I love the art style. But Ben and Steve, like, big thank you for joining us well. But if you've got any last
Please,
words
let's
for
get to
everyone
Fallout.
watching
Like
about
the last 20
Redacted?
minutes better be nothing
well, we
but
hope
Fallout.
everyone enjoys playing it as much as we enjoyed making it. The team had a great time doing that.
Yeah, and I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing us to reveal
Made
the
him
game
cry
name today with
for it
you.
at Target.
And I want to thank the team
The
at
purple
Striking
with the
Distance for all
Pokemon
the
yellow.
wonderful
Oh my
work
God,
they
dude.
did for this project. Thank you.
Heck yeah. I mean, yeah,
Those
thank you
gays
for
are
letting
gone.
us be included in this honor as well. We'll definitely be watching out for more Redacted. I cannot wait
Benny looks
to
like
get my
he stood in
hands
the
on
wind
it when
tunnel,
it comes
dry his
out
hair.
on October 31st. Very scary. Pre-orders are open right now. So coming up, we've got a sim that is unlike
It's
any
not.
other sim we've seen
Let me
before.
see if I pause it.
But first, fans of the first
I've like stopped
Descendant
watching
have
after a little bit. It's gotten a little
been not
boring.
so patient.
Field creates an immortal state, impervious to physical attacks.
I was gonna say,
The
it does
resonant
get off
shatterers
sync a
cause
lot.
massive
It
explosions
happened
with the
yesterday for a
energies
little
of
bit.
RK and the Iron Heart. The Keeper Tile encryption device maintains a powerful security system.
So now we don't have to worry
Invasion
about it.
dungeons
As long as I'm
present new
synced. Am I
mechanics
synced?
that disrupted Descendants' operations. Solve these
No,
enemies'
you did not
mechanisms
miss
and
anything. They
swiftly
said
eliminate
it's
them.
at the very end.
Invasion dungeons are designed for speed runs, and the faster you clear them, the greater the rewards that await.
Like, I think that some of these
After
things they
coming in
let
contact
go
with the
on
Iron
too
Heart,
long.
Descendants experience an RK resonance phenomenon. This resonance grants the Descendants new powers. It's the season growth inversion reinforcement. Inversion
Where's
reinforcement
Doom at?
is a new growth system that
I don't even know if
resets
they're
at the
talking
start
about
of
Doom.
each
They
season.
need to be
It
talking about
includes
Doom
5
Dark
types:
Ages.
hunting,
That thing looks so
attributes,
sick.
recovery,
Like, I haven't
survival,
been this
and
excited to play
seasons.
Doom, and
Through
I
the
don't
inversion
remember.
reinforcement,
Actually, I don't remember any
Descendants
time
gain
I've been this
beneficial
excited to play
effects
Doom.
for progressing through seasonal
Like, I
content.
think Doom is cool,
and can
and
also
I
obtain
enjoy it,
effects that
but this
compensate
Doom
for their
looks
weakness.
so good.
Each season, we plan to tailor and replace the inversion reinforcement effects, providing effects that perfectly fit the seasonal content. In addition to a new Descendant, a new Ultimate Descendant will be introduced in Season 1. Ultimate Freyna, who has evolved RK's toxicity into a more powerful weapon, will make her debut.
She got the
In Season
jiggle
1,
physics.
you
Let's
can
see
discover
here.
Freyna's exclusive story and uncover the tale
I got a
behind the
Steam
name of
Deck
her
and have
skill,
been enjoying
Room
so far.
Zero
Not
Trauma.
even a PC gamer, so that's new too. I was gonna say
Excalibur
there was
is an assault
so
rifle
many
with
problems
powerful
with it. I
versatility.
wonder if they've ever
It can
fixed
be
it. So
obtained through
it
the Battle
uses
Pass
some
and is
type
also
of
available
program
as a free
basically to
reward.
mimic
Excalibur
a
charges
PC,
voltage when attacking
and whatever
enemies
program that
and
they were
has a
using
unique
was getting
effect
people
of firing
banned on
the
Fallout
charged
76
voltage
because
as
it
an energy
recognized it
grenade.
as a
It is a
weighted
versatile
cheat.
weapon that combines
Like
the
whatever
inherent
program they
versatility
used, so a
of an
bunch of
assault
people got
rifle
banned
with a
for
powerful
using it when they
shot.
played it with Fallout 76 at the
Frostwatcher
beginning,
is a scout rifle
and
that
a
can
bunch
be
of other
farmed
like
through the Season
games.
1
And so like
content.
I
When hitting
quickly
enemies
lost
from long
interest in
range,
it once
it
I found out
reduces
people were
chill
getting
resistance
banned for
and
playing,
enhances the damage of
like
one's
banned
chill
on games for
skills,
playing with it, which
making it a
sucked.
perfect fit for Viessa and Haley. If you've
Deathstalker.
prepared a new Descendant, ultimate weapon, and inversion growth, it is now time
Doom
to
the
face
OG.
the most powerful Colossus, Deathstalker.
Ultimate Camel Toe. Oh my
Deathstalker
god.
lurks in
No,
the
it's not
darkness of the
Destiny.
void, targeting the life of
Destiny is
Descendants.
Sony,
It
and
is
Sony
stronger
would not
than
let
any Colossus
not let
encountered so far.
Xbox talk
To
about
protect
anything that's
Albion from the
theirs.
threat
Trust
of
me on that.
Deathstalker, we must once again venture into the void.
The only way they would do that is
unravel
if
the
they didn't know it was
mysteries within the
happening.
darkness, and intercept
Like everybody keeps on
Deathstalker.
talking about how the new
The
Xbox
first
will have
Descendants
Steam Steam
first season
integrated because
begins on
there's
August
some type of
29th with
Nvidia
Haley,
deal going
a
on.
new
I have no
Descendant,
idea what's happening.
Ultimate Freyna,
Everybody keeps
and the
talking
new
about
Ultimate
it.
Weapons. New episodes, dungeon content, and void intercept battles await you.
I was
in
like,
Albion,
that's going to be the only
Descendants.
way that a Sony game
The
ends
First
up on
Descendant,
PlayStation.
Season 1 Invasion.
That or people like
Play for
start
free.
bailing on stuff. The Death Star Stalker. There's a toaster. Oh my God, with some bread.
Crazy game.
Oh my God.
But no matter
This
what you
song,
do
the jingle.
to make your dreams come true.
It's Amazon delivery, the game.
Because everything leads to love.
Who puts a plant on their hat? The piano just became a person, and okay, well this is just sad, dude. So it's Beauty and the Beast. Okay, I see it. Oh, the glasses are magical.
This is my scooter, Il Ragazzo Pazzo.
You know the gentleman goes around cleaning the house with his vacuum hose.
All right, let's see.
Name's
who? Runs on
Friends
Linux.
just call me
Yeah.
Besides,
Takes
we
some
both
space.
know you're cheating on me,
Thomas,
so it's only
welcome.
fair.
How are
I wish
you?
I was cheating on you.
Massive butt girl tonight. You want to get one? Best looter shooter out now is the First Descendant. Then this is just Destiny, quote unquote Destiny. Doom Eternal still, to me, has one of the best gameplay and soundtracks. Oh yeah, they got some good soundtracks. You can get mega hype from it. Doesn't work with anti-cheat systems without a workaround. F2P shooter seems to be doing well. Okay, come on
As
now.
developers
Please!
of the relationship testing epic
What
that
are
is
they
the Overcooked
doing?
series, if you know, you know, it seems fitting that they would take
Oh,
on
for
a
God's
dating sim in a
sakes.
rather unusual
Are they not
way.
showing
Here to tell
Fallout?
us
Did
more
they
about
just
the quirky
lie?
home furnishing dating fever dream. This is
Okay,
Date
I'm just
Everything
about
from
over
Sassy
this.
Chat Games. Please join me in welcoming
I have no idea,
co-creative lead
Carl.
and executive producer Robbie Draymond.
Nobody cares.
Writer,
Come on
producer
now.
Amanda Hubbard and lead writer and designer Ray Chase.
I feel
all the way
bad
there.
saying
Hi,
that,
Ray.
but at the
How
same
you
time,
doing?
like,
Thank you
I
so
don't
much
care.
for joining me. How are you all doing? Are you having a great Gamescom?
They talked
Really,
about this
the
at the
best
very beginning.
Gamescom.
Okay,
And,
what in
you know,
the
just
hay
so
is
you and
happening
everybody
right
at home
now?
knows,
Did they
I
decide to
know
push
my
it back
name's
till tomorrow? and
Amanda,
just
but I'm
didn't
actually
just tell
Tiago
anybody?
today. I'm sporting our lead programmer's jacket because someone stole my jacket out of my mailbox. So if you're watching this, if you could please bring my jacket back to me, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
God. Let's see here.
Wonderful. So all good, maybe aside from Tiago.
Victory never
and the
lived in
missing
harmony.
Poor Tiago. There we go.
This jingle.
Now, I most likely confused people in the intro of what exactly I was talking about with the game. So
We
for
need
those
to
who
end
don't know
this
the
console
premise
war.
of Date Everything, tell us more. What exactly does that mean?
No, I was going to say the
this is
victory
an
never lived
absolutely
in
bizarre
harmony. That's
game
why
that has never been made
PlayStation
before.
tried to kill
You start out, it's
Sega,
almost
and
a first-person
it worked. They
shooter,
got rid
as
of
it were. You get a job as a customer service agent doing some remote work. You are immediately on your
the
first
only
day
one that
replaced
won't
by
go down
AI,
without
but
a
there's
fight is
nothing to
Nintendo.
fear
Nintendo
because
did just about die
your
there for
entire
a second.
existence will be changed when a mysterious package comes to your
We
front
brought
door,
it back,
which
though.
holds these glasses called the Date Viators, which allow you to directly acknowledge
I doubt
a
very
thing's
seriously they
existence
do.
or
I
date
see.
everything
It'd be nice
in
if they
front
just
of you.
would
Because
get back
that's the
into
first thing
like
I would want to
hardcore
do if I
making
put
video
special
games. Then.
glasses on. It's like, who do I want to date?
Exactly.
Right?
It's very intuitive.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like you've made the game of my dreams.
Perf.
What about any other things to add, or is Ray basically just nailed that?
I was going to say the Xbox has it as
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Sure,
has
yeah.
it on
Perfect.
there.
Yeah.
But the idea just came from a random day when Robbie and I were joking around.
Like
Well,
the thumbnail
our
I have,
game,
it's
the
from
idea
this.
is a joke at the beginning,
Okay.
but underneath there's so much more. And yeah, we
Interesting.
just pitched it out during a voiceover session we're doing together, and then a couple days later, Ray came to me and says, "I think I want to make this a thing."
There's something here.
Tell us
And the
less.
next thing we knew, we were filling out contracts to start a video game company,
know.
and here we are 6 years later. It's wild.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we can't talk about a dating simulator without asking what we're
A dad of
dating.
cringe.
See where I'm going here. So
Sure.
tell me a little bit more about who it is we're going to be interacting
Yeah, I
with.
know.
Ooh, yes, absolutely.
Well, it's everything. That's the name of the
So
game.
Bethesda's
It's literally-
YouTube, half of it's in
segment.
German
That's
though. That's
the
the only thing.
Thanks so much,
And they only
everybody,
have
for
like
the
an
video.
interview right now. They're doing
We put the
ESO.
trailer out in the world
Or
a
they're
couple of
supposed
weeks
to be
ago,
doing
and one of the
ESO.
most fun parts is like going to the comments and seeing like the people guessing
say, you
who's
wouldn't
gonna
have
be out
anything
there.
without,
and
Atari.
almost always would go, yeah, you can date.
Famicom.
It's the name of the game. Yeah,
Let's
I think we all have
review
our
a game that
favorites
immediately
too.
fails.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, do you want to talk about
Also
your favorites
Dad from
now?
Fringe.
Do
Sure,
each of you have anyone in mind?
It is very boring.
So many.
It's getting on my nerves.
On Twitter a couple of weeks ago when we got to reveal Ben Starr as Dorian the Door. Massive fan of his work, and what an interesting character. This is a character. In this game, you can get love endings, friend endings, or hate endings with every one of the characters. And Dorian stands up for those who are looking to just be friends. For that playthrough that's a middle of the road, not really looking to date everyone, and he's an absolute champion of friendship.
Nobody
more than
cares.
We should say that for the people that don't
Nobody
know,
cares.
because it's not directly revealed in the announcement, is that every character has 3 different relationship statuses that you can get an ending with.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is date everything, but you can also befriend everything, and you might just hate them too.
Hate everything is my kind of game.
Maybe there's a way to play it as hate everything. We'd be remiss if we didn't do it.
Oh, I love it. I was going to say Tiago then, but that's...
Some things should be
Tiago,
made into
you
game.
could,
The box.
jump up here. I'd have to go with, I think, Von Trapp.
What if you could date a toilet?
Hilarious character, and probably one of my favorite sessions that we did. It's so funny.
Can you make a lame game
You
even
can't
more
go
lamer?
through
Yes, you
Von
can.
Trapp's story without laughing, crying, sobbing. It's
Buy
so
grave
good.
plots
We had
and
an
bolts,
amazing
save
writing
money.
team of about 30 individuals,
No.
and they all put their unique
I'm on their
perspective on it, and then
Twitch
the voice actors
stream right
came
now.
in.
They're
And
talking
added another
and
layer,
drawing.
right?
And when you're talking
You
about a
can't
character like
rewind.
Von Trapp, which is Dana Snyder,
Like, I'll
who
go
you might
over
know
to
from
the
Aqua Teen
Bethesda
Hunger
live
Force,
stream
Master
after this one
Shake, a
gets
ton
done,
of other comedic
and then
stuff.
rewind it
He
over
just
on
kind of
YouTube.
went wild. And Tiago, our poor programmer, had to deal with all the changes.
The real Tiago.
Okay, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
and it is such an
Right now,
it's a
says
great
be right
character.
back
My
anyway,
favorite
on
is
their
kind of our
stream.
mascot,
Y'all
Skylar
died of
Specs.
boredom? Yes, we did.
She's
I was gonna
plays
say,
the actual
like,
date beaters
cringe
themselves.
for the
And-
video
and though
game,
they're
and then
a
what they're
mechanics
wearing
character that
on
sort
top
of
of
show
that,
you how
like,
to play the game.
the whole thing is just giant
the
cringe.
writing is she's so lovely, so fun, so
The writing is
Like, I'm
so
excited. They're
good.
excited about the
The
video game, but it's
writing.
oh my god,
Falling in love with me, I guess.
That has been the nature of our
Jesus.
friendship for the last 10 years, pretty much. I can't resist a good beard. But then
Let's
we brought
make a video
in,
game for 12-year-old
like,
girls.
a nerd icon, Felicia Day, to come in and play
I'm
Skylar,
sure there
and
is.
she brought this whole new level
Like,
of
just
charm
know,
to
though.
it. So
Just
yeah,
know.
we've
I
all
was
got
gonna
our
say,
favorites,
nobody in
but
here
I
wants
think
this
those are our top 3.
I love it.
We might change this. Someone asks us next week.
Household
Every
objects,
time I
apparently.
play through, you'd find a new reason to love someone else.
You know, when the cat lady gets really lonely, she just dates her
I'm sorry I
plates.
made you do so.
Don't believe
I
me,
do want
ask
to
the
stay on the
dishes.
topic of voice actors, though, because obviously
Dead of mine,
yourself,
everything.
you've done quite a lot of work here at the table. So what's it like moving from performance to development on a title
What's
and being
EGM,
behind the
David?
scenes a little bit more?
Having to cover games like
we
this.
were unprepared
I'm trying
for
to
the
sound
amount of work
enthusiastic
to
when I was
make
in
video
Oh
games.
my god, dude.
One of those things
David,
that looks
sounds,
is
that
like so
sounds
much
so
fun on the
painful.
outside, and yes, obviously we've
You're
had a
like,
blast,
and I
but way
can't
more
believe.
spreadsheets than you ever thought possible.
Weebs,
But
fever dream.
we've all learned a ton of lessons.
What
we've
is a
all
weeb?
upped the amount of hats that
Like,
we
some of
wear
these
making
slang
this
terms,
game.
I'm just
and,
like, I
it's
try to
something
learn them,
that's,
and I'm like, I'm
it's
over it
absolutely the
already.
high point of my life. I'm so proud of our team
Even
and
though-
where
yes,
this
the
game
way
has
they're
come
acting is
from the
total
original
cringe. Look at how
inception
many
to
people over
actually
there
being able
playing.
to make 100 characters that all are different,
Look at the
that
freaking
all have
hearts.
different
Why?
playthroughs and styles, that you can really play this game for a really long time. I
Who
can't
comes up
believe
with
that
the
we
stuff?
actually
Who comes up
achieved
with
that.
this crap?
Yeah, as actors, we're in a really
know
unique
people who are
position
really hyped
because
about this
what we
game
do is very
areas.
forward-facing, but it's very low on the
Ariel's
totem
like,
pole when it
"But
comes
not
to
me."
Actually being the creative
Jennifer,
force driving
welcome.
whatever you're
Sure,
making.
yeah.
So for us to come together and be
I
able
don't
to
get why
make
anyone would
something
play
of
this.
our
This is
own
horrible.
and then
I
put it out
wish it
into
was
the
a
world,
joke. I don't
not
think
only
it
is one of the most
is.
rewarding
If
experience,
it is, it's a
also
very
terrifying.
expensive joke.
But
A
that
billionaire
part
who
of it,
has
it's
too much
over.
money.
We gave the world the the
I
conceit,
kid.
the idea, and from what we
I'll
can tell,
gift you
they
this,
said yes.
AG.
So we're so excited
I
for everybody
don't
out
want
there,
it. Please
you all,
don't.
to play it. It's the best.
Do you think it's maybe change
1,000
your
likes and
perspective
AG
the
will
next
play,
time you go
date
to voice
everything?
something that's
Yeah,
someone else's
I will.
game of
For
like,
1,000
I
likes.
suddenly
No,
understand
10,000
everything that
likes,
went
yes.
into this one, actually.
It already has.
Adult
I
men
think
are
the
so
very
excited
first
that they're-
session
they
that I got
created
into
this-
post being
like,
like
okay,
halfway
I
through
could-
production
oh my
in this,
God.
my
Does
outlook
anybody
on the
ever-
entire
anybody
script
here
was
ever watched
completely
Gravity
different.
Falls? Like,
and if
I
do
know
say
that
so
talks
myself,
about this a
the
lot,
session
but
went even
Gravity
more
Falls is a
smoothly.
fantastic show, and there's this one episode called Seuss and the Real World, and it's about a dating video game.
How hard
It's
it is to
hilarious.
schedule actors, and so I will
So
make
sad.
myself more available to everyone.
Funko Lads
I
subscription
want to
tie-in.
mention the actors a little bit because we've already heard
Sounds
a couple of
about right.
Felicia and Ben. I'm on first name basis here, clearly. There's
Paid the bills for a while.
humongous roster. Are you just going into little black books and just messages like, hey, do you want to just...
But
do you wanna
Jennifer, I
do a
wish it
voice?
was.
What was that process like?
For us, diversity has been a key
Got
part of this,
water
not
for
just in the
hair.
stories that were told in the appearance of the and the
Who
background of our
cares?
characters, but also in like
Oh
the
my God, there's
level
a
and the
chicken
background
chick.
of our actors too. We have a lot of AAA names, household names
Oh
that
my
everybody knows.
God.
We have a lot of
Oh
up
my
and
God.
comers that we
Please
really
drop-
like
name
and
drop,
wanted
please.
to give them a broader stage. We have
wonder
non-traditional
what if I
actors who
could
are
date
coming
my
in and
toilet,
doing roles.
or
We
would
got
my
to run
toaster
the
treat me
gamut of
better?
casting.
We have film and television actors. We've got video game staples. We've got people who did we've got Broadway actors.
and
who did
Andrew
their,
Star
one
Fox.
of my good buddies did his first ever video
Your
game
first
ever.
boyfriend
I bet that's
should
a
be the toaster.
fantastic performance as well.
I was
for
going to say,
Broadway.
it's
He
probably a
might
shocking
sing a little bit.
relationship, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
But there was a lot of texting.
Okay, they're
Because
really getting
were
on my nerves.
Hey,
Let me see what
would
Twitch
you
is doing.
come
They're
be
still
a
on Be Right
chair?
Back.
Are you free on Thursday?
We're like
But
in
the
never
funny
ending
part is
hell
word
of
got
fucking
around.
dating
We recorded for about
toasters.
5
Sorry,
months,
but
about
God
180
bless it.
sessions or so.
Let's
There's
see, are bathing with a
70,000
plug?
fully voiced lines in this game.
And
1.2
toaster sounds
million
more
words.
fun
It's a
than this.
monster.
It does sound
But
more fun.
word
That's
started to
like
get
straight
around
up
that the
Sim
sessions
stuff
were
right there.
fun. And then it went from
Like
less
the only
of a,
way,
will you
like
please be
how
a
are
chair
they
to be
this
like,
excited?
can I be a
I'll be
lamp?
a carpet. Just let me in.
A coffin?
No, I'm serious. Like
I thought you
how
said a
are they this
coffin.
excited?
No, I
That's
mean,
the mortuary DLC.
Like it'd be one thing if you just had to pretend for a couple seconds, but these people are making
Yeah.
this
Can I?
game.
I'll do that one. I'll do that.
Like I mean, I guess
Oh,
if it's your
anyway,
first game that you've ever made,
wonderful.
that'd
Right,
be
we're gonna go
kind
down
of
the bench
exciting,
here.
right?
Okay.
I want to know
Wow,
who
wow,
you
wow.
are in the game because it's worth mentioning that you're gonna
Rather date my
write the
washing
theme tune, sing
machine.
the
I was
theme
gonna
tune,
say
like,
the
you're in
washing
it, you're
machine
all
would
over it.
Just
probably
so you
give you
know,
a
this
ride
is an
for your
Xbox
life, right?
exclusive then, right? Because we have not revealed who we play in the
Shiestiest
game.
jackets made for it. They did. They're terrible.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Visual
I
novels
actually
are a
played
lot of
5
fun.
roles
I can
in
believe it.
one. I played the Hanks.
I
And
can't,
the
dude. I
Hanks
can't take
are
this seriously.
all of the hangers in your closet.
Yep.
And they're like just 5 adventure
Oh my
sports
God,
loving dudes.
there's
But they're
hangers.
all
What
me
is
just doing a
happening?
slightly different voice. So if you love
It's called
me, you're
acting.
gonna love this. If
I
you
was gonna
hate
say
me, it's
they're
gonna
doing
be
a
painful.
bang up job.
But I love
I don't
the
feel like
Hanks.
it's
They're
acting though,
just-
Perf. That's my thing.
Yeah, of course.
Can I get a live on?
Who asked for this game? Apparently, a bunch of people.
I don't have an Australian accent.
Tragic concept.
But they're the Hanks are. We had one of somebody play
It
through
is
it today
okay
and
if
they
it's
had
not
such a
for.
blast.
It's okay
I
if it's
love
not
them.
for
I
a
hope
lot
you
of
guys
people.
love them too.
I
Yeah.
mean, like
Who
it's
are
just
you?
like any game. Like there's always an audience. Obviously, there's got to be an audience for it. Because
Rebel
how
is
else would
very
they?
edgy, has a bad attitude, doesn't want to hang out with
So
anybody. Really don't understand why you keep talking to me. But secretly
God.
underneath, Rebel might have a little bit more heart than that. Maybe, probably not.
Let's
but
see.
definitely
Can we
reveal
mute
that.
this
You
crap?
gotta work to get there though, for sure.
You really have to put in some effort.
You know what? I
to-
can't.
Although already Rebel is winning the fan art contest, right? Yeah.
How's that? Let's see. Okay, that's better. All right, if you guys wanted to go up a little bit, let me know. Watch 1 year from now, greatest selling game of all time. More, I will give you $10 if this is the best selling game of all time. The more confused I'm getting, I was going to say the more like cringe I get. This is Beauty and the Beast, the game, except it got real weird real fast. But yeah, I am sure that there's plenty of people that want to play this, but not for this audience. You are very welcome. Now turn it off, Carl says. They need to move along. Move along, sir. Can anybody tell me what's going on with her tattoos? Do you see the cat? It's like an outline of a cat, and then it looks like a robotic cat, and then it looks like a full cat. It like goes up her arm. It's like 3 of them. Can't get jiggy with this. It's so crazy, dude. This whole thing is just nuts. But where is Fallout? This is so long. What is Xbox doing right now? They must be betting that this is going to go hard and people are not going to want to admit that they play it. They're going to need to like have the achievements like hidden so nobody knows that you play this game. You're still cringe. Felicia Day. Is weed legal in the state where this? Oh, this is Germany. Oh, with the game's created? I don't know. Lipstick. This hurts my eyes. Sandra says thank you. It's 100%. They're beating a dead horse. Beauty in the fridge. I was gonna say I feel like it's got to be more than weed, David. Weed, I don't think would even bring you to this point. It's got to be like shrooms or that like crazy honey that people get into. Choke someone this much. Thanks, Gamescom. I was gonna say thanks, Xbox. Okay, please, for the love of Jesus. Can I fast forward at all? No, there's no fast forward. Please. See, look at that. It says Fallout. Do you see the Fallout? I mean, like, that's Volboy right there. Volboy is right there. Irritating. I want to give them a thumbs down at this point. It's so bad. That's wrong, though. Where's the off button? This right here. This is the off button. The pause button. Let's see what Bethesda's doing over on Twitch. Still be right back. The be right back is probably better. Let's see here. What's Maddie got to say? It's actually happening. We need to talk about Xbox. They're doing it. Oh. That's what he's talking about. Oh, looks like Morp's still live. We can go watch Mr. Morp for a second. Let's see what Morp's up to. No, we probably shouldn't. No, we will. Oh, Morp, you got commercials, dude. Oh, it says starting soon. It's dead. It's done. All right, let's go back. Oh, for God's sakes, they're still flipping talking, man. Please load longer. Here's the thing about the Red Ring of Death. Gotta love the Red Ring of Death, dude. Oh, God, I can't do it. What happened? Oh, it revealed more than we think it did? I doubt that very seriously. Hold on. What is this? Okay, we can rewind their stream. You can't rewind over on Twitch for whatever reason. So let's watch this. This is John Rush.
Howdy, cowpokes.
This is awesome.
Creative director for Fallout 76. Fancy meeting you out here in these parts. Well, while I've got you here, let me tell you about Milepost Zero, the next update coming to Fallout 76 this September. For Milepost Zero, we wanted to underline the emergent interactions between players that are special and unique to Fallout 76. Caravans have come to Skyline Valley. What better way to fortify bonds with your fellow wastelanders than running routes along the perilous Skyline Drive? Players will find a new quest which leads them to Milepost Zero, an abandoned headquarters for the Blue Ridge Caravan Company.
Let's get you on the road. Mark them out.
You don't have any volume.
Oh, I don't have any volume? Oh, hold on. Thanks, Jay. Because I turned it down for you guys. Let's go back. We'll be able to rewind. All right, let's hit. I'm going to say I love John Rush, though. Beck's like, turn up the volume!
Howdy, cowpokes. I'm John Rush, creative director for Fallout 76. Fancy meeting you out here in these parts. Well, while I've got you here, let me tell you about Milepost Zero, the next update coming to Fallout 76 this September. For Milepost Zero, we wanted to underline the emergent interactions between players that are special and unique to Fallout 76. Caravans have come to Skyline Valley. What better way to fortify bonds with your fellow wastelanders than running routes along the perilous Skyline Drive? Players will find a new quest which leads them to Milepost Zero, an abandoned headquarters for the Blue Ridge Caravan Company.
Let's get you on the road. I've marked your map. Brahman's already made
80s acid fever dream.
So best get a move on.
Cough up some caps to cover the upfront costs and you'll be guided to the departure point on the map. Stick to the route. Keep your Brahmin safe from local critters, raiders, and other surprises. Passers-by can also join in and help you on the road, although you'll earn the most rewards for starting the caravan yourself. Consider setting up a camp around one of the new caravan routes to encourage travelers to visit your vendor, or set up defense posts to help your fellow adventurers. We can't wait to see what new camps pop up along this route. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. Caravan running is a tough racket. So what's in it for you if you succeed? Completing missions for the Blue Ridge Caravan Company will unlock a caravan outpost of your very own. Besides wasteland infamy, continued success affords you the means to expand your outpost, upgrade the decor, and even populate the space with specialty vendors from far away. Train your Brahmin to increase their hardiness out on the trail and brand them from a list of available first and last names. Say hello to Mr. Moo back here. We can't wait to hear the heroic tales of our caravan adventurers. Whew. That sounds like a lot, but of course, that's not all players are going to get with Milepost Zero. Best Builds is our latest expansion of the camp building system. Put together an awesome camp and want the world to see? Making a best build is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, build it. Make sure to put your best foot forward. The competition is steep. Step 2, upload your camp build and accompanying imagery. Step 3, vote. Upvoted best builds become featured camps across several servers. You know what they say, what comes around goes around. And when you're moseying about and happen upon a best build, make sure to give them that good old-fashioned thumbs up. There's no gesture as tried and true, nothing more reassuring to our Appalachian architects. We know our players love their legendary gear, weapons, armor, power armor, and our new legendary crafting system provides them with clear pathways to success when building them out. Players can now scrap legendary weapons, armor, and power armor at a workbench. Yeehaw! For each legendary item that gets scrapped, the player has a chance to learn the recipes for crafting those legendary mods themselves. After crafting the legendary mod at a tinker's workbench, you can apply it to weapon, armor, or power armor. You can even sell or trade these with other players. You can still roll legendary mods onto weapons that don't have a mod in a particular slot and upgrade an existing legendary item with a lower star count. We couldn't be more thrilled to get legendary crafting into your hand. This exciting feature makes it easier for our adventurers to try alternate playstyles and builds, as well as setting the stage for future content down them country roads. That's all for now, folks. I've got a caravan to lead. Time to giddy up.
Time to giddy up. Oh, I like that. That's hilarious. They got the pipe pistol there on the front. And the handmade. Oh, I do love the handmade. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to Gamescom. Let's see what they got.
With multiple methods. Your unique
combat. For God's
combat.
sakes, did we not? Okay, hold on. Let's go back like a minute. Nope, they're still. Hold on. No, it's them. I saw bright blue in Fallout. See, he's wearing blue and yellow in Fallout, and I was like, woo!
Who once saved the Empire
Right, this
from the
is way
Dragon
better
King,
looking than whatever
survives
that
against all
other crap
odds
was.
while being exiled under the
Some
false
people still don't
accusation
think
of
it is
treason.
coming.
He embarks on an adventure
Come
to
on,
uncover the
dude.
truth behind his
It's on the
downfall
homepage,
and
on
seek
the
revenge
Fallout thing.
against his
Whoever
enemies.
says that, they're full of crap. They probably haven't even logged into the game in like a month.
Kazan's battles emphasizes
Like, I didn't think it
hardcore
was coming
action,
this time
while
around
they
because
feature
the way
various
they
combat
worded
mechanics.
everything and
The core
whatever it
principle
was,
is
but in
see and
August that
respond.
quickly changed.
We've put significant effort into creating precise
Carl,
and
you
vivid
leaving?
combat
See
experiences
you later, man.
based on this concept.
Have a good one.
Essentially,
Thank you for coming and
we
hanging
designed the
out.
game
I
so that the
appreciate you.
players
And thank you so much
can
for all
observe
the
and
channel
decide their
memberships and
actions,
stuff. You and Kevin.
providing clear feedback for each decision.
Kevin! Sinja also, too. Thank you, Sinja.
Combat moments are primarily divided into two phases.
Yeah.
The monster's attack turn and Kazan's attack
No,
turn.
not yet. They
We
haven't
aim
done
to
anything
make
on
every
Fallout
moment
yet.
enjoyable.
I had to actually
To
leave
achieve
the
this,
Xbox
we
stream
included
just so that way we could
various
watch
ways
some
to
Fallout
respond
stuff.
to monster attacks.
Literally what I had to do.
Players can exploit openings to attack or choose to defend or evade when
He's
necessary. Techniques like Just Guard and Just Evade, which requires precise timing, are also available. There is no single correct answer. Players can experiment with multiple methods. Your unique combat style will develop based on your choices, ensuring that this process
This guy,
effectively leads
they need to
defeating
get
your
somebody
enemies.
with a little bit more pep in their step for the thing. Like, he talks clearly, but I feel like they need like an announcer voice. Like, coming
Preemptive
soon
strikes
to a video game
are a key
near
strategy
you.
for tackling powerful
That's a
enemies
bare,
with ease.
bare butt right there.
When
Look at that, he's
initiating a
just
battle
attacking
with a
him right in
brutal
the
attack from
butthole.
behind, Kazan can gain numerous attack opportunities, limited only by his stamina. Both Kazan and his enemies have stamina, and once depleted, they become exhausted until it recovers. In this state, significant damage
So was
can
this
be
supposed to be
inflicted
like a
not
Souls-like
only on
game?
Kazan,
'Cause that's what it
but
looks
also
like.
on his enemies. Therefore, managing stamina is crucial. Good management can create advantageous situations, while poor management can lead to serious
I thought he was
danger.
going to go down over the cliff there for a second. I was like, ooh, look at that. Lie Determines test says we do not
In
get
battles
Fallout at the
against strong
scheduled
enemies,
time. I was going to say there
including
was no
boss fights,
schedule. It just
using
said that it was
stamina
going to be here.
strategically is particularly crucial.
It's still going on. It's after
Inducing
11, so
stamina
I'm
consumption
kind of
or successfully landing high stamina
shocked,
damage
to be quite honest
attacks
with
to
you.
cause exhaustion is key.
He'll put me
Once
to
in an
sleep.
exhausted state, dealing maximum damage
Makes
through
you
various
sleepy.
methods become the core strategy for overcoming bosses.
I feel like it's AI.
Additionally,
I think this sounds pretty
targeting
good for
and
AI.
destroying weak points can inflict significant damage and provide
Becky,
extra attack
Becky says,
opportunities.
bye, Carl.
Kazan is a skilled warrior who can proficiently wield various weapons, allowing you to experience different combat styles
Alright.
that maximizes each weapon's advantages.
Is this supposed to be a moose?
Currently, Kazan is equipped with a spear. Although its attack power is
It's a
somewhat
ring with
lower,
a moose.
it features long reach, wide range, and impressive combo attacks, making it particularly advantageous in stamina-based combat. This weapon excels at efficiently draining the enemy's stamina and delivering additional damage to exhausted enemies through various methods and combos. The Great Sword is another weapon Kazan can wield. It offers
Oh
the
my God,
option to
I'm
charge
getting
most
tired just
actions,
watching this.
favoring slow but exhilarating
I think it
and
is the
powerful
voice.
strikes. This weapon excels in solid guarding and counterattacks, enabling a
Is there any
satisfying
more?
playstyle that can crush enemies before even engaging in stamina
Kingdom
battles.
Come.
Kazan is an action game that focuses on the fun of character development. As you progress, you'll acquire items
Ubisoft
and
is
skills,
trolling us.
evolving your combat from careful and strategic to powerful and exhilarating. Kazan's journey of revenge is about to begin. Don't miss out on the chance to experience the hardcore action of the first Berserker, Kazan in the technical closed beta test, starting on October 11th. Xbox players can join through the Insider program.
All right, good.
Hey York, it's great to see you. I'm gutted that I'm not seeing you in person, but I hear
Oh God,
that you're
I
in
forgot about
Seattle.
Flight Simulator. God bless
Yes,
it.
it's like the first time in at least 4 or 5 years that I'm not going to make it to Gamescom in person.
I need
which
more
is
caffeine.
A huge bummer because I love the show.
Kingdom
I
Come?
love the
Yeah, I'm super
people,
excited about Kingdom
I
Come
love
as well.
The
It
vibe,
looks so
the
good.
gamers. So yeah, but plus we always
let's
have
roll down
a
here real
community event where we meet with the hardest core flight sim enthusiasts.
There's more.
But honestly, we're
Horror
13 weeks
Chernobyl.
away from the launch of Microsoft
Let's
Flight
see
Simulator
here.
2024,
Where's
and you know
Kingdom
there's
Come at?
almost so much to do to make sure that everything is perfect that I'm just gonna have to stay home.
Peggy 18.
Watch some Kingdom Come real quick. You need help?
Give me caffeine.
Oh,
The
sure.
Holy Roman Empire, 1403.
I don't know where you put it.
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze.
Oh, he's saying a prayer before he gets hung, I guess.
I pozwól
Yeah, he's
mi
gonna get hung.
jeszcze tylko raz
Kingdom Come.
wykastrować tych bezbożnych
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to play it. I was gonna say that first trailer they did looked so good.
Gameplay of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a unique action RPG with a vast, realistic open world and a grand cinematic story. As the young lad Henry, you will embark on an unforgettable journey through the beautiful but brutal world of the late Middle Ages.
We want Doom. Oh yeah.
Our task for this quest
I don't want more Flight
is to find
Simulator,
two
though.
men-at-arms, Ranyek and Ada,
I haven't
and
seen
recruit
anything
them
on
into a
frickin'
rebellious
Doom.
task force of which Henry is part.
What?
With a bunch of talented criminals and
I-
violent drunks, you're
Yeah,
about
this
to
is-
unleash
this
a
is an
guerrilla
actual,
warfare
like,
against
thing by
Sigismund,
them.
the usurper of the Bohemian throne.
We can watch it again later if you want.
The first man on the list, Ranyek, was last seen in the nearby village of Bilani, playing dice in the tavern.
Play some dice in the
Let's
tavern.
go ask the local gamblers about him.
Red Dead Nightmare 2. Oh God, Red Dead Nightmare was so good.
Yes, it was. Red Dead.
You're making a new channel? I was gonna say I'm just gonna play it
It's
on this
very
channel.
early.
Let's see here.
The villagers are just waking up to their everyday chores.
Kingdom Come?
Milking cows, harvesting crops.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't
or
watch the whole
gambling
thing.
caution.
see here. Because I'm going to go back to see if I can find some Fallout stuff. That's why I'm watching.
Lord be with you.
It didn't
Greetings.
say.
What brings you here so early in the morning?
The innkeeper said you were playing dice with Ranyek.
You know Ranyek? Then you must have a drink with us.
I prefer if you told me where he is.
Thanks, but I'd rather know what happened to Ranyek.
Impatient, aren't you? We can take you
Maybe he
to
just
him
doesn't
right
have time
now
to drink.
if you want.
Lead the way then.
Come on.
Nice fellas. They offered us a drink, and now they'll introduce Ranyek to us. No questions asked. Looking forward to meeting him. Seems like a feel-good quest.
I was going to say they're going to lead you out there and try to kill you. God, there's pigs.
So where is he? What? Where is he? I don't get it. What happened to him?
We met this Ranyek in Pshitoki. We even lent him money when he had nothing to play with. He swore he'd pay us back. Then we met here and played some more. Ranyek kept losing, but he didn't know when to stop.
What did he do to him?
When it was clear he had no way to pay us back, we started watching him to make sure he couldn't run away. He started whining about having to go take a dump. But we didn't want to watch him shit himself, so we let him go and said we'd wait outside the shithouse. But the bastard got the idea to flee the other way.
You mean through...
But I reckon it was deeper than he thought.
You'd lose your mind
And
if
he
they
never
announced New Vegas
came
too.
I'm gonna pull Ranyek out.
Well, if you say so. But I wouldn't go in there for a golden pig.
And when I find him?
Just pull him out and search him. That bow of his should fetch a decent price. Jump in then.
A language tutorial. You better not have shook it up.
The life of a
Explode my
true
face.
medieval adventurer isn't always about winning epic battles, saving
he, like,
damsels
buried?
in distress, and
Why are they
forging
looking
your
at the
own
poop?
destiny. Sometimes it's about fumbling for corpses
Oh my god.
in a pile of shit
Something's moving over there.
behind the Bellani Tavern at 7 a.m.
Sometimes it's about... Oh my god.
Ah, good. That must be him.
Here we go.
Oh, finally.
Find him
Poor
in the
Henry.
sewage.
This is
Not sewage,
disgusting.
it's
I
a
don't
crap
think they
pit.
deserve the bow
Pigs.
after all.
Pick pigs! I can smell it now.
Don't be afraid. Feel around. Hey, where are you going?
Not Witcher. Fallout USA. I was going to say Fallout is always USA.
Come on, do it.
Alright, let's go see if they're doing anything with the other.
Went into the game.
Oh,
and
they're
into the
still
sim,
doing
looked
it.
at it.
Let's see if they did anything new with Doom. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be something here. 2 months ago, 6 days ago, that's not it. I want something from Machine, not Machine Games, what's it called? ID. Oh, it's 2 months ago. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. All right, what was we were just watching? Let's see here. More. Library, maybe? Here, go history.
Ooh.
I got the poo in me. I got the poo.
Don't be afraid. Feel around. Hey, where are you going? Come on, do it. Find the bow. Now, bring
Drowner's
us the
hood? What's a drowner's hood?
Not another step. God, what a stench. So, did you find the bow?
Well, I have it, but I won't give it to you. With what I had to go through to find it, it's more of a consolation prize.
Did you go mad from wading through shit? Give it to me.
Come and get it.
Fellas, hold your noses and beat him up.
I was gonna say, this is the thing, is that
KCD2
they could
aims
have
to bring a
literally
unique
got it off of
blend
there
of
before they,
realism and fun into
let
every
him
part of
die.
the game.
And instead
Combat
they
included.
made somebody else come and dig him up.
Our
That's just
fighting
gross.
system is built on true
I'm not giving it to
medieval
him
martial
either.
arts and wrestling techniques.
Look at that dude's face.
Fluid,
Look at it.
thrilling, and tactical. As in real combat, movement is the key.
They look
As is
crazy.
equipping a good set of armor.
See, that dude looks like a
Otherwise,
fighter.
you might find yourself in a pickle.
The other two, not so much. There you go. Ooh, yeah. That was a little slow, though. I wish it was a little bit faster.
We should leave before someone notices the new corpses and starts investigating.
What the? Did I step in shit? Oh, it's just you.
It's just you.
Didn't have the time to wash up. But I'll do that right away.
As proven by this lovely lady,
Butter knife swords.
the world reacts to your behavior, looks, and even smell.
You're gonna say, yeah, I'm glad they pushed it back because it
Time
looks
to
like it
vanish.
needs a little bit of polish.
In order to properly wash away our morning adventure, let's visit the best bathhouse around, which is located nowhere else
Doesn't look
than
like
in the
much of an
great
improvement.
city of Kuttenberg.
Like from the old one.
The
How
crown
old is
jewel
this?
of
Oh, it
the
is from one
Holy
day ago.
Roman Empire. The central bank of the kings. A place where people of all sorts
And
come
very,
to
very
pursue
British. Yeah,
the
it's like
Bohemian
medieval.
dream and seek their fortune. A city filled with
So
people
what
to
was so
befriend
bad about the
or
saving?
betray,
B.
and
Mars.
all sorts of adventures and quests for you to uncover.
You know, I was really hoping they would show like something on is Fable. I was really hoping for some Fable. Oh, come on.
What can I do for you, you stinker?
Hot bath? No joke, dude.
I need my wounds treated and my clothes washed. And then I'll have a hot bath.
Great, but it'll cost you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you smell like
I'll
crap, I
gladly
think
pay
it'd
you.
probably be worth the
You
price.
certainly won't regret it. My baths are
Needs a lot of work.
Class.
Yeah, Fable is a great series.
Now that we're all scrubbed up, let's take a stroll
I mean, like,
around
this
the
looks
city.
fine. I think the combat needs some
The
polish
world
in
in
that.
KCD2 doesn't wait for you to come and trigger the lives of its citizens. All inhabitants have their own day routines. Merchants, wenchers, soldiers, or executioners. They all wake up, go about their workday, and once that's finished, they go home to their families or to the tavern to their beers.
Are you whistling at me? I'm not interested.
KCD2 aims to bring you a uniquely reactive and believable world. Whatever you do
It's
as
way
Henry,
too hard.
it will have consequences.
You always went evil.
And you will
John,
feel
thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate
Have
it.
you haggled too long with
Had
the
to duck out.
greengrocer about
Fallout
the price
5
of
looks
his
real
cabbage?
weird.
Well, now he's pissed off.
Definitely not
and you
Fallout
can forget
5.
about any sale.
You love
Throw
Fable
your
too?
favourite hat in front
What's
of
the
a
best
beggar
one?
kneeling
I
by
like
the
2 the
church.
best.
Come back a
personally.
minute later, and you'll see him wearing it proudly. Or killed the local innkeeper's husband.
I guess you have to
She'll be
craft
crying in front of her
a
house the next
potion to
time you
do
go
so.
there, making you feel
Might
really
be better
miserable.
explaining.
Across this demo, we'll play as a good-hearted lad. Apart from the ending, though. Spoiler alert.
How to save the game?
But
Oh,
the game
okay.
allows you to push Henry towards any behaviour, even the most vile. Here's a quick example of what you'll be able to do to stir some mayhem in the city.
All right, let's see here. We can go back to that. Let's see what they got.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Oh my God, he
is
does have
releasing
Doug
on
behind him,
November
which makes me
19th.
slightly happier.
And that's
but
also going
no.
to be available on Xbox.
Oh, hold on. It sounds like it's
Everyone
almost
get
over
their
with.
hands on it. But you all, thank you so much for joining us.
Let's see what they
and
got.
We'll see you here next year in Cologne.
I will be there next year. So, thank you so much. It's good to see you.
Thanks for talking to us. See ya.
Little Nightmares 3. I mean, I would probably trade Starfield for Ghost of Tsushima. you know, make a swap.
Hi,
PlayStation gives us Ghost of Tsushima, Xbox gives Starfield. I feel like that'd be fair.
We are very excited to have the game playable at Gamescom this year, but for all of you that can't be here, we wanted to give you a sneak peek at our demo, as well as some exclusive footage.
I was kind of hoping to see more of that other one. What was it, like Reanimal or something?
Little Nightmares 3 tells the story of Flo and Alone, two friends trapped within the spiral, a cluster of disturbing places. They will have to work together to survive in this dangerous world full of delusions and escape the nowhere. While Little Nightmares 3 is still playable in solo with an AI, you'll also be able to play with a friend in online co-op and face your childhood fears together.
Bloodborne.
Welcome
I'd make
to the
that deal.
Necropolis. Here for this walkthrough, we have our two characters, Lo with the Raven mask and the blue cape,
and a vile
Alone
type
with
of
the
way.
green jumpsuit and the red pigtails. Each character is equipped with their own iconic item. Alone has a wrench that will have a variety of usages, like for example, activating mechanisms.
There you go.
Lo's iconic item is a bow. It can be used to solve puzzles and make new paths when the road seems blocked. To survive in this dangerous world, teamwork would be essential, as Lo and Alone will have to work together to keep moving forward.
I thought those things were going to come to life and start chasing them.
During the game, our two friends will find new items to help them progress.
I'm going to have to fly around with those. Yep, there you
Necropolis is a peculiar place. Raised from the desert sands and powered by gusting winds, it has been described as a city of eternal energy and certain death. It is a weird place that used to be inhabited by the dwellers. As you can see, the ancient metropolis is now more of a ghost town, and it is unclear what happened to its inhabitants.
Jump on it. And you work with your legs.
This is Monster Baby, one of the new residents of Little Nightmares 3.
Monster Baby.
She might have something to do with what happened to Necropolis and the people that used to live here. It seems that crows are not the only living inhabitants left. And to defend themselves against these threats, Lo and Alone have to work together and find new uses for the items. Well, night has fallen on Necropolis. It's the first time ever that we show this part of the game. As you can see, the mood in the real city has changed quite a bit.
Those keys? Yeah.
Oh, apparently Monster Baby doesn't sleep through the night. Not sure we want to become one of her toys. We should probably avoid her gaze and play hide and seek behind the blocks.
Creepy. Yeah. You're like, finally some new gameplay. Better run.
it should be safe here.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
it
little
for
baby
now.
can't be
Thank
staring
you all
at you.
for watching this gameplay walkthrough. We can't wait to show you more about the game.
When's that supposed to be even coming out?
Little Nightmares 3 will be
2025,
available
that's all
in
it says.
2025 on Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Windows PC. Wishlist the game now to make sure you don't miss any news.
Well, that was a spooky new look at Little Nightmares 3, which is coming to Xbox in 2025. So now it's time to go to the vault with Skyline Valley out now and the Milepost Zero update launching very soon. Our next guest has plenty to chat about. Here to give us more on the latest from Fallout 76, please welcome Milepost Zero Creative Director John Rush. John,
awesome.
Thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
Oh, great. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Heck yeah, let's talk some Fallout, shall we?
Let's do it.
love
so
Fallout
first
so
up,
much.
a huge part of the Fallout franchise and also Bethesda as a whole is community involvement and the impact that they actually have on yourselves, if that's fair to say. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that impacts your development timeline from the community involvement?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. You know, I've said it before. Bethesda Game Studios has the best community.
It'll
in
be the
gaming.
same video we just watched.
They're
maybe.
so great at giving feedback, saying what's not working, saying what they'd like to see. So the team always makes sure to stay on top of all that feedback, whether it's on Reddit or Discord or whatnot. And what we do is we kind of boil it down to large strokes, bigger trends, right? And what features can we make to satisfy these things that players want, and how do they fit across a timeline while satisfying our builders and our adventurers alike.
Nice. I mean, you mentioned Reddit just there, and I'm really curious how you actually use those sites or maybe other corners of the internet to actually take the feedback from the community and then put that in the game. What does that look like for you and the team?
Well, I'd like to outline some sort of really cryptic process, but it's really just me on my phone going down the post and remembering, oh yeah, somebody said that. But you know, it's more than just reading the feedback. It's also being able to look at that feedback through the lens of a player. So we all play the game on the team. I, speaking for myself, have multiple high-level characters I've gone through the game with to try different things. Multiple new characters fresh out of the vault to try different things. So looking at that feedback that we get from players through the lens of players ourselves and kind of trusting ourselves to make the right choices for the game.
Nice. Showing off with quite a few high-level characters there. I see you.
And by the way, I made those myself. I wasn't giving them. Thank you.
No, that's very good.
I wasn't giving them.
We were chatting before about one of your latest characters, your ventures. Care to tell us or share with the viewers about the captain?
Nuke McCloud.
Oh, yes, the latest character sometimes shows up on the socials, and that's Captain Nuke McCloud.
Nice.
And Captain Nuke McCloud lives up to his name and loves to drop nukes. So we get the community together, and they follow me around while I drop nukes, and we just have a lot of fun.
I'll stay out of the way of those servers. That's avoid the nukes.
Yep.
What is the reaction from the community that you see when you do take those comments, that feedback, and actually put it in the game? What's it like seeing the reaction
He plays all the
to
time,
those
actually.
from the community?
I think it's great. It's the type of feedback that we kind of get over time, right? Because it's not so much taking a specific thing like I want a neon green wig or something like that. It's looking at, hey, I'm looking for more things to do at the end of the game. I want more challenging experiences. So as those features kind of come out further down the road, we see that positivity from players reflected back at us through comments and feedback.
That's really cool. I mean, yeah, I love some character creator options as well. So maybe a neon green wig would be great, but that can wait as well. We've got plenty to do in Skyline Valley at the moment as well. And with that came the first new map expansion for the base game. Can you tell me what that means to you and the team and to the game itself about having that map expansion?
Absolutely. So I've been referring to it as
say,
a map
he
mutation,
plays on Xbox
kind of
and
keeping it within the
PC,
the
I do
vein of
believe.
Fallout. But what I've come to learn
I know he
over
plays
the
on
years
Xbox
is
all the
that
time.
players really love to play on the Appalachia map. Appalachia in our game is really kind of the main character, and we were introduced to Appalachia when the game first came out, and it's really changed since then, and all the updates that we've had. So, knowing that players really like to stay in Appalachia and experience that, we wanted to give them opportunities to continue telling their own stories. So using Skyline Valley as a reference, they have more places to build, more places to adventure, and also using Skyline Valley for a way to further the story of Appalachia itself, telling our own stories for the players to experience. So the idea for Skyline Valley came from Vault 63. It was really mysterious what was going on there. So we were thinking, what should this new region look like? Well, it's about Vault 63, and that's dark and mysterious. So let's make this region dark and mysterious. And so that's kind of where the tone of the new space came from, and the thought behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the mission, the pre-update mission that you do, and you go to that massive big manor house, and like literally just looks like hellfire everywhere around, and it is very much dark and mysterious, but also very fun to explore. What other things in Skyline Valley, what other game features were added with this new update, the latest one?
Game features added with Skyline, well, there's a new horrible creature walking around called the Thrasher, which is just awful.
Yeah.
this big turkey abomination, which is a lot of fun to see. We've also got a new boss in there that's triggered by nukes, the trifecta terror, the trio Storm Goliaths, which are really fun to fight. And they play off one another, which is kind of a new mechanic. You kill one, the other two get stronger. You kill one of them, and the last one gets really strong. So that's fun.
Yeah, that is fun. And also terrifying. That's great. Yeah. And then also with Vault 63, we've got a whole bunch of ghouls in there too, which is fun. And speaking of ghouls, it would be fair to chat about the Fallout TV show and my favorite character, Walton Goggins, aka the Ghoul. So how are you enjoying the TV show, firstly? Have you enjoyed it?
Which viewing? I've watched this series about 4 times.
Heck yeah,
I love it. Great. Awesome.
You can recite it already, probably, dreaming about it.
What I love most about the show is through the visuals, through the story, through the characters, how true to Fallout it was for people that maybe weren't familiar with Fallout before, or maybe had played other Fallouts in the past, watching the show, experiencing that story and wanting more. Where can they get it? Come to Fallout 76, come to Fallout 4, come to 3. So it's been great seeing that influx of players coming in, having fresh new Fallout experiences to them.
Yeah, that's such a good point. You're so right. I think I was a massive Fallout fan before the TV show, but again, just watching that and immediately feeling that same feeling that I had playing Fallout 4 when that first launched. I mean, I used to fall asleep, this is really sad, but I used to fall asleep listening to Diamond City Radio at nighttime. But yeah, the TV show just encapsulates everything. You're so right. And with that success, how has that been reflected in Fallout 76 as well? We've seen some maybe some new jump suits added, vault suits. What other parts has influenced the game?
Sure. So with the show, we made very specific offerings that had specific ties to the show, like Lucy's backpack or the cowboy duster, which players really love, and they're very Fallout, thematic to Fallout. So it was great to add those. I would say, from the reception the show has gotten, it's really sort of emboldened us to continue taking the game in the direction we have been. It's sort of fortified in our brains the decisions that we've been making that are, very, very true to Fallout, and it's really got us pumped for what's coming up down the road.
Heck yeah. Can you tell me your favorite character?
From the show?
Yeah.
It's got to be Thaddeus.
How?
Why aren't I dead? Yeah, it's great. It's so funny.
Thaddeus is great.
Thaddeus is good. I like all the characters, but Thaddeus had me laughing, yeah.
Stunning. Now, we've mentioned a wee bit about Skyline Valley, but obviously we have Milepost Zero coming up very soon. What can players look forward to in this new update coming?
Milepost Zero is a really exciting update. Of course, we've got the caravans that we've been talking about that I was watching players play just back there, which was a lot of fun. Caravans is awesome. We've also got a new legendary crafting system, which gives players a lot more agency into making specific gear they want for their builds, gives them a bit more control. And we've got Best Builds, which is a great step forward for our builders and being able to connect them so they can share their builds in-game much easier and show appreciation to one another. If you run across a Best Build camp that you like, you give it a thumbs up, and upvoted camps with most thumbs up get featured on multiple servers across Appalachia, so it's really cool.
That sounds sick. I'll definitely be challenging myself. I love games like Fallout, and then also in Elder Scrolls Online, and then I love building in The Sims as well. So yeah, definitely I'll be building and maybe taking some inspo from the rest of the community as well. That sounds awesome. Cool. I can't wait for that. Now, you mentioned as well you've seen some of the fans playing it here on the booth at Gamescom, and then also in the public test server just now. How have you found the reaction? Are people happy with it? Are you excited? Have you been taking notes as well?
It's great. You know, I think overall they're really excited. Again, it goes back to giving our players the tools and the agency to make their own stories in the game. So what better stories are you going to come up with than running the perilous route of Skyline Drive while being assaulted by giant thrasher turkeys and raiders, you know, doing caravans with your friends. It's just super cool.
Yeah. There's some many new adventures to look forward to. That's so sick. Now, can't wait for Milepost Zero, but John, is there anything else that you want to share with me today maybe?
Maybe there is. You know, we've talked about Milepost Zero quite a bit. Yes. Milepost Zero is awesome. We know that's coming out pretty soon, September 3rd. We've got Ghouls coming out early next year. What's in between? We've got an exciting update coming out this December. This December, players get to experience the Gleaming Depths.
Heck yeah.
Raids, the Gleaming Depths. This is an in-game experience for our most hardcore adventurers, full of nasty bosses that are tough to take down, big challenges, teamwork. It's great. And once players get to the end of it, if they live to tell the tale, they get a chance at getting 4-star legendary weapons, armor, and
he said
gear.
it.
Sick. I love
4
that.
stars.
Let's go. Gleaming Depths. I cannot wait to try that out. I'll have a lot of grinding to do, but yeah, maybe the captain can come in and help me out level my character up.
That's
that
awesome.
So much. John, I've got one more question that I'd love to know the answer for. Would you rather eat a fried rad roach or some glowing fungus stew?
So I'm not going to get into specifics, but I kind of already have a preference from past experience. I have had glowing rad roach before. I was at the show premiere. It was absolutely fantastic. I would never turn down the opportunity to have that again. So glowing rad roach.
Glowing rad roach.
Absolutely.
There we go. We heard it here. John, thank you so much for chatting with me, and thank you for joining us. Now,
I was going to say, this stars will probably be coming soon.
Wait long at all for the next Fallout 76 update. Milepost Zero launches September 3rd. Check out Xbox Game Pass to play Fallout 76.
There we go. At least the wait was worth it, right? We got guaranteed that we're getting the 4 stars. They found some more stuff here recently for 4 stars.
Like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th. Play some of the biggest games of the year and unlock partner benefits from our pals at Riot Games and EA Play. And if you're not already a Game Pass member, what are you doing? Join now and get your first month of PC Game Pass for $1 or €1. This offer won't last long, so act now. So coming up, we have the team from Towerborn stopping by to walk us through their latest gameplay demo. But first, it's the latest from Planet Coaster 2.
All right, let's see here. Rango! Fungus stew. I was going to say, I'm kind of interested to know what the 4th star is, to be quite honest with you. I don't know what they're going to be. So, like, they had been previously data mined, both the 4th and 5th stars. But I had seen somewhere where somebody said that they didn't like what they were offering. So, they wanted to go back and, like, redo them. They felt that it wasn't really worth it. Because the 4th star, like, if you had a 4th star, it was going to automatically lock your weapon to the character. And they're like, there's just no reason for anybody to do that. Nothing was worth that. So I don't know maybe if they're going to keep what they already had, since most of the weapons are going to end up being locked anyway. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, there's definitely been some pictures and stuff data mined. I just want to know what they are. Or if anybody's found anything yet. There's a lot of Sims, it seems like.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. I hope you enjoyed the trailer for Planet Coaster 2. I'm here to show you a bit more about the game. Let's dive in.
Oh, let's see here. Worth the wait? It was worth the wait. Thank you guys for all the likes. But yeah, I can't wait. I hope that we get something good.
Where players can build their dream coaster park, manage that park, and then share their creations with others. In Planet Coaster 2, we have new water park features. We have deeper creativity, new management tools, and the possibility of building a park with a friend, one player at a time, by sharing a save. To celebrate our new water park features and new creative tools, we're going to be adding a new flume to this pool area of our park for our guests to enjoy. We're going to be doing that by going down to our flume section. We're going to be adding a brand new flume. We have a number of different flumes or slides that you'll be able to build in the game, one of which will be our body flume, which is what we're going to place in our pool area. Before we build the flume itself, we're going to need to build a flume platform for our guests to enter the flume from. So we're going to build our platform, and then we have a number of different start pieces that our guests will use to enter the flume. We have our kind of standard open flume piece, as well as different special types of pieces. We have a flume vertical start piece for our guests to enjoy, which is a trapdoor piece where our guests will get in, and then the trapdoor will open up and they will drop through into the flume. As we're building our flumes, we can see that our test dummy is coming as well. It will follow the flume pieces as we're adding them, and then give us the excitement, fear, and nausea rating of our flume, and then give us feedback on whether this is going to be an enjoyable experience for our guests.
Planet Coaster for when you have planet-sized glass of water and a planet-sized table.
Pieces. We have open pieces and we have enclosed pieces, so we're going to add an enclosed piece to this flume. We also have different types of pieces, one of which is our transparent piece. So we're going to add a transparent piece to our flume so we can see our guests as they come down these flumes for them to enjoy. We also have a number of end pieces that you can put on your flume, including run-out lanes.
Just hitting right
but for the end of this body flume, I think we'll be adding one of our plug hole pieces, which is one of our special end pieces. So we're going to place that down, and now that's in place, we're going to edit the way that our flume looks. So we can go to our customization tab and change the different color options on our flumes. Flumes in real life have a very striking stripy pattern, and what we can do here is adjust the colors of each one of those segments on our flume. So we can change our flume special pieces and start pieces to be a nice green for our guests to enjoy. We can change the color of our second segment of our flume.
Is Bethesda over here on this thing? Let's see here. Bethesda. Okay, so that's Xbox, that's me. Okay, I don't see where they're actually streaming this over here. That's QuakeCon. I think they're only streaming over there on Twitch. And it sucks because you can't like watch it until they get done. Like you can't rewind. And I think that stream goes all day. So we might be able to watch it tomorrow. That's too bad. All right. All right, home. Ooh, the boys. We'll get right back to this. Make sure we're fast forwarded all the way through. All right, let's see here. The unaliving slide. That thing would be so painful. Can you imagine, like, just coming, slide down, just slapping as hard as you can into that cement right there on the side?
Flumes are one of the many amazing new attractions that you can build in Planet Coaster 2 that allow you to make a park that is truly unique and yours. If you like this video, Planet Coaster 2 is now available for wishlisting. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.
See, like, that was enough. Oh, what's this? Eternal Strands?
Hello, I'm Mike Laidlaw, Chief Creative Officer at Yellow Brick Games. And welcome to the world of Eternal Strands, a new fantasy action-adventure game where the world around you is your weapon. In Eternal Strands, you will embark on your journey as a young, magic-wielding weaver named Bryn. She seeks to unravel the secrets of the Enclave, a once thriving center of magic now left in ruins.
everything looks like an arm
camp,
up there.
You'll forge bonds with members of your Weaver Band, who will support you in your expeditions with their various skills.
You've worked hard for this, and I have faith in you.
Select your next quest and customize your gear before venturing out through the Loom Gate on your way to discover the fate of these shattered lands. In the Enclave, you can climb and interact with nearly everything you see. The mantle, the magical cloak on your back, grants you control over frost, flame,
You're concerned we can't climb in Fallout. Sometimes I do get excited about it in other video
elements in
games.
creative
It's so
ways to
sad.
manipulate the environment to your advantage and defeat
Like
your
Fallout
foes.
4 London, you can climb up ladders. I was like, this is the best thing ever.
But the Enclave's foes come in all sizes. Behold, an Ark. This colossal 25-meter construct wields immense power.
This you are ready to fight that thing.
Pick your battles.
Zelda.
Rather than risking your loot,
be.
return to base camp. A day has passed. Reforge your gear with your hard-earned resources to even the odds against the mighty epics. No two battles are the same, as epics roam freely between maps, and extreme weather alters the battlefield in this true physics playground. Harvesting strands from these formidable adversaries allows you to weave new abilities into
That
your
reminds me
mantle.
of Colossal.
With new powers at your command, and the world is your weapon, you hold the key to uncovering
It's like
the
PlayStation
mysteries
3
of the Enclave.
way back in the day, or
Take up the
PlayStation Shadow of the
mantle
Colossus.
in Eternal
That's what it was.
Strands.
I think it was PlayStation 2, and then it also came to PlayStation 3 later. What is this? Trains. Steampunk. Play solo or co-op with up to 4 players. That's cute. Ooh, look at that. All aboard. All aboard. Void Train. Game Pass in 2025. There's Adamfall. Oh man, they only got like 3. Look at that. Oh no, maybe there's more on the back wall there.
You just got a deep dive into the gameplay of Eternal Strands and Look a Void Train, which is coming to Game Pass early next year, so get ready. But first, it seems like only yesterday we were here at Gamescom enjoying the first Towerborn demo. Now, a year later,
so more
the game is
Towerborn
nearly
real quick,
ready
it looks like.
for prime time. Joining me now with more is Stoic's CEO and President Tricia Scoffer, Game Director Daniel McLaren, and Co-Founder and Chief Creative Officer Arnie Jorgensen. So, how is everything going at Gamescom, Tricia?
It's fantastic. We're so excited to be back. The crowd has been exceptional, as always, and the booth's been full, and players are just enjoying themselves. A lot of excitement, a lot of smiles on their faces, and we're just happy to always have the game in the hands of the players.
Yeah, it's been amazing at Gamescom this year. So many people, but it's also been a huge week for you guys.
Indeed.
Tell me a bit more about it.
Absolutely. On Tuesday, we announced that we will be on early access on Steam on September 10th.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And we're coming to Game Preview.
John, thank you so
on
much for coming and
Xbox
hanging out.
Windows
Appreciate
PC
you, man.
In 2025.
So
Yeah, me
really
too. I'm
not
happy
that
they
far
confirmed 4
away
stars as well.
19 days.
And I'm also so excited because we've got a demo that we're going to be
Yes.
playing. But McLaren, for those that haven't seen Towerborn yet, can you give us the elevator pitch? Why is this game going to be so much fun to play?
Yeah, so it's the quintessential side-scrolling brawler, which you see generally in like a smaller single-player, shorter experience game. We've decided, why not make this a bigger game? Why not put in sweet loot drops? Why not let your friends play together, collect cool stuff and kill bigger enemies and then brag about it. So that's basically what we built.
It's what we all love to do as well.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I'm so excited to hop into this demo as well.
Somebody's like,
I
I'm
got
gonna
to play
wait.
it here last year, and honestly, I love these type of games like World of Warcraft. I brought up on,
People
but
used
going
to do
into
that all
Tower
the time, and it
War,
seems like
I'm a little bit
the longer the stuff has went on, like nobody does that anymore, and then all of a sudden here it is.
Arnie, if you can kind of
You have to head
talk us
out.
through
Thank
what
you
each
so
of
much.
us
I
can do,
am
the
so
different
happy that
abilities
you guys
we've
came and
got.
hung out with me. I appreciate
So
it.
everyone just kind of mess around on this first screen before
cautiously
we get too
optimistic.
deep. But we're going to be
Why
going
cautiously,
to
Sinjin?
early access with 4 different classes.
If
Here
not, I'll
we
try
see
to
the
remember to
Shadow
ask you when you
Striker.
come
She's
back
got,
when I see you next time.
Dual daggers, and she can move about the screen really quickly and do high damage. Then we also have the Sentinel with the sword and shield. He can block and he can also parry. So if done at the correct time, you raise your shield, bang, they become dizzy. And then we got the Pyro class here with the War Club. Big, slow, heavy damager that can fight through damage. So that's the 3 that we've got right here. We're not showing off the Rock Breakers, which, I'm sorry.
Can you actually go and play the game instead of just
with the giant clubs.
I know, this is the thing.
What we're not showing is the dual daggers. That's right, the Shadow Striker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited because I have seen Trisha use the fists before, right? And I was like,
okay, come on now.
She was doing a lot of damage, so I was like, that's what I'm playing as. So I've also got is it an ombre above me?
This is
an umbra?
Can we come on?
Yeah, an umbra.
An umbra.
They could at least spawn in a couple low-level enemies
so the
for them to
part
hit
of your
instead of
loadout.
just stand here
We're going to
waiting
be launching
for
with about 9
somebody else
different
to
umbra and then adding them as we go through early access. But all the different umbra give you different abilities. Some could do damage. Some could
Wonder if we have to do a full 4-star random
roll. We see
roll.
3 different umbra here today, and we'll see what they do.
Oh God, dude! I hope not.
How do I trigger? Is that with my right trigger?
So let me tell you what I remember.
Right bumper. That's when you're going to do
or what I
this
think I remember.
massive damage punch.
So it was
okay.
From what I remember,
I don't want to use that.
So that's
the little thing on the bottom of the screen, isn't it? When you can kind of see the bar.
So like you would get the
orange bar. If you look at your HUD up there, the orange bar as that fills up, that will be your right bumper button. That's the box mod.
But if you attached it to a weapon,
at the bottom,
it was going to become character
If you hold
locked.
your left trigger and hit
so like
your
you couldn't
light attack
I
or
don't
your
think
heavy
you could
attack, it
roll
will
a
do
4-star. Like if you could, it was supposed to be like an add-on. You know what I'm saying? Like to make your weapon, like you take a weapon that's already a 3-star and then add it to that 3-star
I'm kind of
weapon.
just.
Good luck, man.
I'm going in first.
Like I don't think you could actually roll a 4-star.
It's not because I'm trying to do the most
damage.
I promise.
To it. So like it would be like a random 4-star legendary.
For now,
like it was
just
either supposed to be a mod or a roll. But it would be just for that one thing.
And there's like combos, isn't there?
That's when people start saying, well, if you can do that, can't we re-roll the 1-star, this 2-star, the 3-star? Like you can just roll one of the stars.
Just by
like make it so that way you can do all of them.
By completing combos. By completing
I'm back.
combos, it's going to
fill out the corner of my eye missed 76, so I have to go back. Yes, there was a couple things we watched actually, Hokey.
There
was the thing with Jonathan Rush. There was a trailer from Bethesda. We went and watched that one. There's a dating thing that was just horrible.
It's a 4-button combo
At least that was probably some good commentary anyway, because we were all dying.
And
then
and if you hold down X,
there was
you can
the
launch
thing
they
confirmed 4-star legendaries, and that the new Gleaming Depths are definitely great.
I would never do. I'm not a kill thief. I am just getting involved.
I am.
One time use maybe.
So
like I think like if I was going to do it, I probably would already pick like a weapon that's already character locked. That makes, I mean, like a weapon that's already going to be character locked. So like if I get,
Trisha and McLaren.
I don't even know what I would character lock other than a Tesla rifle.
Please.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
No, I've just missed. I've just wasted my combo.
And some armor, but the armor's not going to be.
No-lose,
I don't, as far as I know, it's not going to be for weapons. They can do anything they want with it, I guess.
That's the goal here.
Anything could be
I know you guys are running too far ahead.
But like the 4-stars before, they weren't that awesome.
I'm good now. I've got my own enemy.
Actually pretty terrible. I think
it's been my dream to beat a professional gamer.
They had one that I was interested in, and it was like bleed damage.
Absolutely.
And that was it. And see, that was in the 5-star. I don't even know where the 4-stars at was.
If you hit him early enough, you can whack him pretty quickly. It's like whack-a-mole.
How you doing over there, Benny?
I think I'm doing good. I think I've done a lot of damage. I'm hitting my combos. Oh no, I've just missed. I keep wasting my Okay, no.
How you doing?
No, I feel like I'm falling behind.
Man, Trisha's got the best weapon with that spin to win. That's normally my weapon.
Trisha's actually playing McLaren's weapon.
I know, it's so irritating.
But Benny is playing Trisha's. Trisha's really good with the rock breaker.
Maybe you haven't seen my stats on all the weapons yet, but I played them all. Don't you worry.
All right, hold on. There's a couple more people over here. I'm determined.
Too slow.
Okay, wait. So right now, I'm actually quite low on health. I've taken a lot more damage.
Well, that's
Chris
okay.
has taken none.
I've got you here. If you come up a bit, there's a healing shrine.
Oh, yes.
And that'll just get everybody refreshed. Because get ready.
So hold on one second.
Hold on. Let's wait a second.
If you did die.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So the way the death works in this game, when you die, your Umbra's going to come over and it's going to res you. But if you run out of lives, then it takes your teammates to res you, and it's oftentimes hard. If they take damage while doing it, then you're dead. But I want to talk really quickly.
Okay. While we wait for this real quick. Browser. Here it is. Okay. So, as you can see right here, so there was some for armors. I can't read what it is, so I have to go back over here and look at it. Okay, so for armor, these were the ones that were the 4-star. It's supposed to be. 4-star legendaries were pushed from winter 2021 to sometime in 2022. And the feature is partially live on the PTS. So this is how long ago this was. So, like, look. This is what our thing looked like back in the day. 4-star legendaries. This was like our, what is it called? Oh, God. Roadmap. That's what the roadmaps used to look like. We haven't had one in over 2 years now. Like, we haven't had a roadmap since I started a channel. So that's how long ago it was. Anyway, so this was supposed to be the 4th stars. I had no idea that they were even on armor. That's how long ago it was. It seems like all the pre-existing 3-star effects will be kept, and the additional effect can be added without interfering with them, but they would be character locked. It says once the effect is applied, it becomes untradeable. It says the legendary shards, it says that's what they were using, was legendary shards in order to do it. It's not known if you could buy them from the purveyor. So we'll see what they decide to do with that, because obviously they'll probably redo all of that, I imagine. Anyway, armor, they had collectors. It's a magazine and bobblehead effect that lasts 20% longer. That's kind of cool. Daredevil reduces AP costs for sprinting for 10% in combat. Elemental, every 5 minutes adds 20 resistance for random elements. Elusive, that one's cool. Increases jump height, reduces sprint AP costs, and replenishes some AP at a low health. Innervating, reduces nearby enemies' resistance by 10 elemental. Guardians, increases nearby allies' elemental resistance by 10. Ooh, haulers, plus 10 carry weight. That sounds awesome. Invigorator, increased AP regen. And persisting. I don't remember ever hearing about this. 15 max AP points. That one's pretty cool. So then they had melee, ranged, and power armor. Melee, accelerating, temporarily increased attack speed, like after killing an enemy for 10... plus 10% for 30 seconds. Blood healers, killing an enemy heals your teammates. Cheerleaders, killing an enemy restores your teammates' AP. Critical healers, landing crit hits restores your health. Heavy hitters, power attacks have a 50% chance to cause an explosion. Scavengers, 60% chance to extra components when you search containers and corpses. Warmongers, plus 150% damage on the next hit within 15 seconds of a kill. And then for ranged weapons, they had blood healers. Killing an enemy heals your teammates. Bruisers, plus 15% damage and plus 25 damage resistance after bashing an enemy. Cheerleaders, the same thing, critical hits. Headhunters, 0 ammo cost for 10 seconds after a headshot kill. Scavengers, 60% chance to extra components when you search containers and corpses. And they had warmongers again. And then for power armor, let's see. Collectors, Daredevil, Elemental, Elusive, Innervating, Guardians, Haulers, Invigorating, Persist. So those were all the same. So that's what it looked like. So, I mean, those are pretty cool. Simlish, what is up? Just always cautiously optimistic when it comes to Bethesda. So super important. Let's see here. Rolling pin all the way. 4-star, 10% reduction is fast travel costs. People would. Same, look pretty cool. Watch it again. He said rewards with 4 stars. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Let's head back over this way. We'll rewind it back. Let me turn this back up for you guys.
Except that I beat Benny, a pro gamer.
The saying of Towerborn is,
by the way,
I want to explore the world, and I want to be strong enough to do it.
Next time, I'm going to get some practice in, and I will beat you.
It's right there.
Hold on. We went too far. Uh-oh.
Players really like to stay in
Fallout. I thought it was Little Nightmares again. He probably can watch a little bit.
And loves to drop nukes, so we get the community together, and they follow me around while I drop nukes, and we just have a lot of fun.
Because it's at the very end.
At the end of the game, I want more challenging experiences. So,
Matthew,
as those
welcome. How are you?
Come out further down the road, we see that positivity
I mean, it's better
from
than
players.
I remember, I have to say.
But what I've come to learn over the years is that, players really love to play on the Appalachia map. Appalachia in our game is really kind of the main character, and we were introduced to Appalachia when the first region looked like. Well, it's about Vault 63, and that's dark and mysterious, so let's make this region
in there too, which is fun. And speaking of ghouls, it would be fair to chat about the Fallout TV show. And my favorite.
Okay, so we're getting close.
In City Radio at nighttime, but
true to Fallout, and it's really got us pumped for what's coming up down the road.
Heck yeah! Can you tell me your favorite character? Public test server just now. How have you found the reaction? Are people happy?
This December, players get to experience the Gleaming Depths.
Heck yeah.
Raids the Gleaming Depths. This is an in-game experience for our most hardcore adventurers, full of nasty bosses that are tough to take down, big challenges, teamwork. It's great. And once players get to the end of it, if they live to tell the tale, they get a chance at getting 4-star legendary weapons, power armor, and gear.
Sick. I love that exclusive. Let's go.
So,
Gleaming Depths. I cannot wait to try that out.
Like, are we getting box mods, or are we getting actual 4
yeah, maybe the captain can come in and help me out level
and then,
my
like,
character
if you get
up.
them, then
love
you
that so
scrap
much.
them.
John, I've got one more question
mods?
that I'd love to know the answer for.
Like, which
Would
way
you
is that
rather
going to go
eat
now? There's
a
so many
fried
things
rad roach or some glowing fungus stew?
Like, it could be any of those things.
So I'm not going to get into specifics, but I kind of
Oh, that's it. It's all over with. All right, let's see. Do. How'd he get in? Oh, he probably saw the what's it called? Let's see here. New gameplay. All right. So that was it. What else do you guys have questions about? No, just time to wait. Yeah, I was going to say there's so much stuff that you can do to prepare them. I'll be doing a video. I'm hoping to get it out in the next couple days on how to actually get prepared for the September 3rd, because there's a lot of stuff that you could do to prepare, because there's so much stuff coming. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, I was in the PTS the other day and found something else that I hadn't seen before, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's just too much. Looks like nap time. I know, right? I'm going to eat lunch, and I'm going to take a nap as well, and then I'm going to get to work on that video, because it's going to take me a long time. Like, I started working on it, and I got 19 different things, and some of it is very specific, and some of it is not, and there's so much. There's so much going on. But anyway, we'll get that out. But thank you so much, Morp, for coming and hanging out. Don't forget to go check out Mr. Morp. If you haven't already followed him, he's a fantastic Fallout 76 creator as well, and he also streams over on Twitch and on YouTube as well. All right, guys, thank you guys so much again. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.